like the video. I know in advance you're going to love today's show. We got a lot to talk about. Oh my goodness. It's all being exposed today, all right? You won't want to miss it. All right, getting ready to go. Okay, this is the last commercial. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the members. Yeah, the Republican establishment came out of their caves yesterday and showed that they are colluding to slander Trump with this Mar-a-Lago visit. Here we go. Back to the Steve Kane. Yes. Welcome, everyone, to the program. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. All right, now, this is one of those mornings where I've got to talk about something that I didn't want to talk about again, but there are major updates, and we've got to discuss it. And there's more going on with the Kanye Nick Fuentes visit to Mar-a-Lago. The Republican establishment snakes, the never-Trumpers, Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, and others, have come out and attacked President Trump. And Mitch McConnell is the worst, and we're going to expose this morning. I'm very, very, very upset that I got to talk about this again today. There's a lot of other issues I would like to talk about, but the media are out there slandering Donald Trump and making a move to try to make him unelectable in 2024, and we've got to expose what is going on. Okay, so both Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell, in separate incidents, came out and spoke against Trump and this Nick Fuentes thing, all right? And I want to play them both for you. Let me first play Kevin McCarthy, because I want to focus in on McConnell, but we got to play the McCarthy. Here's McCarthy yesterday.
Take questions from you.
Senator McCarthy, what about the railroad?
No, I don't think anybody should be spending any time with Nick Fuentes. He has no place in this Republican Party. I think President Trump came out 4 times and condemned him and didn't know who he was.
Well, he just said he didn't know who he was. He didn't condemn him or his ideology.
Well, I condemn his ideology. It has no place in society.
What is your take?
And what about the former president for deciding to have that dinner?
And the president didn't know who he was. And the president's going to... You know what? So you know who Kanye West is? He didn't know who Fuentes is. Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Kevin McCarthy, part of this scheme. Now, Nick Fuentes, knew nothing about Nick Fuentes. I'd heard the name because he had conned Marjorie Taylor Greene into something, and Michelle Malkin had commented on him a long time ago. But I knew nothing about this guy. And I actually saw him speak for the first time. He was in studio with Kanye West on a program on YouTube, and I was in shock at what I saw. He's a nobody nothing. This Nick Fuentes, who the Republican and Democrat uniparty establishment and the media have made into this guy who's changing everything in American politics, do you know what he would be doing if he was not running around trying to make a living as a white nationalist Holocaust denier? And by the way, if you think he's not a Holocaust denier, Nick Fuentes, Sebastian Gorka tweeted a video that's so disgusting I'm not even going to play it on the air, but you can go look at Sebastian Gorka on Twitter, and he put up a Nick Fuentes video. This kid, he's a kid punk who, if he wasn't making a living out of this nonsense, and by the way, his living is being generously helped by the liberals and these never-Trumpers who are making him relevant. He'd be working at GameStop. I couldn't believe when I saw this guy. He's a nothing loser kid that they've created into something. So, and President Trump didn't invite him or anything else. You guys know what happened. We've been talking about it all week. But I want to talk about Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell came out and actually had a press conference yesterday about this nonsense. You know, you would think Mitch McConnell, with his connections to China, would be out there concerned about the oppression of the Chinese. We've got Tiananmen Square 2.0, but much worse going on right now in China, and Mitch is out there talking about this Kanye West thing. Are you kidding me? Did you see the tanks going through the streets in China to end the protesters? You probably didn't, because they're not on television. Why is there a cover-up about it? You know, when Tiananmen Square happened, I remember it well. We didn't have the 24-hour cable news cycle like we have today. CNN was around, but we didn't have, it wasn't what it is today, and we didn't have all these other cable news networks. And the evening news was still a big deal. And I remember watching Tiananmen Square during the daytime hours. The nightly news anchors, the Peter Jennings and those guys, were actually interrupting regularly scheduled programming, which were soap operas at the time, to cover live Tiananmen Square. And soap operas were a big deal back then. Oh boy, were they a big deal. And now the media are not covering anything that's going on in China. And Mitch McConnell's more concerned about Kanye West than he is this oppression in China. They brought the tanks in again. So why is that? It's pretty obvious. China owns our political establishment and our media and Biden and Mitch and everything else. And there's a cover-up of it. Back then, China didn't own this country during Tiananmen Square. Now they do, and they own our officials. That's why there's a virtual media blackout. We're not getting any updates, and it's amazing. We got more the tanks going into the streets in China was taken by a secret video on someone's cell phone. It was even at an angle, you know, and you could barely see it, and it was at night. Tiananmen Square, we had incredible video coming out of Tiananmen Square during that oppression that was so dramatic. You've seen, and still photographs. Here we are in a day and age where everyone has a high-definition camera on their device in their pocket, high-definition photography in their pocket day and night with night vision and everything, and we're seeing nothing. But during Tiananmen Square, we saw everything. It's because China did not own us then. Now the United States is basically a client state of China right now. You understand that, right? I know we don't like to think about it, but China has more influence over the United States and the United States government than you and I have. That's right. We're a client state. We've basically been conquered by them. Watch what happens with Noam. She banned TikTok. She's trying to look all MAGA now. Watch, they're going to start going after her because of that Chinese operation with TikTok. And it's outrageous that the media are not focused on what is going on in China with this oppression. The tanks are in Chinese cities running people over again. And, you know, in Tiananmen Square, a lot of you may not remember it. A lot of you may remember it but haven't thought about it in a long time. There's one photograph of Tiananmen Square with that one guy in front of the tank. You ever see that still photograph? Dramatic photograph. Do you know why that? You know what happened to that guy? The tank ran him over and killed him after that. That's right. That's right. Worse things are happening now because they don't have to worry about what the rest of the world thinks and says about them. They control the world now, China. China's the superpower, not us. Not with who's running the country today. So anyway, let's get back to Mitch. So Mitch McConnell came out and condemned Trump with this Kanye West, Nick Fuentes event.
I literally cannot remember life without Trump.
Oh, no, that's the next one. Hold on, let me see here. Here he is.
First, let me just say that there is no room in the Republican Party for anti-Semitism or white supremacy. And anyone meeting with people advocating that point of view, in my judgment, are highly unlikely to ever be elected President of the United States.
Okay, so there's Mitch McConnell, surrounded by other Republican snake senators, saying that Trump can never be president again because he associates with Holocaust deniers, white supremacists, and racists. Well, wait until you hear what I have for you after the break. We're going to put that to bed. And I think the Republican Party should begin its purge of people who associate with such disgusting types as Mitch McConnell listed with Mitch McConnell himself, who praised racist and segregationist. And I'm going to share that with you after the break. Callers on hold, stand by. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Celebrating 45 years on the radio this year. Our number, 1-888-GO, Kane 1-888-465-2631. We'll take our break, come back with your calls and more after this. Kane 1. Be right back, guys. We'll take our break, come back with your calls and more after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade. Nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Santal Road.
See better and drive safer with Rain-X Advantage wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto.
Steve Kane Show. Hey, hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you're new. Oh, yes.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salon Plus pain relieving patches. The proven medicines in Salon Plus patches reduce my pain and let me do the things I need to do every day.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salon Plus reported improved sleep, mood, and the ability to work. They had less pain and were able to reduce their use of oral pain medications.
For pain, I use Salon Plus. It's good medicine.
Welcome, welcome. Hey, Dee. Welcome to all the mods and the members and everyone else. Yeah, the new studio I'm moving to, a couple things. There's no train track next to it. So, like, right now I feel my feet vibrating because there's a train track next to the building here. And I don't know whose idea it was to build a radio station next to a train track. You know, I don't know. That was, I remember when they did that, they moved here from another location. I'm like, that's a little strange. You want quiet next to a radio station, not that kind of craziness. Yeah, the whole desk is vibrating right now. That's a big freight train coming by. Here we go. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Callers on hold, stand by. Oh, man. You know, have you called Sloman's about your free doorbell camera yet? You need to do it. I'm going to give you the number in just a moment. You know, I have this. It is absolutely amazing. You can track when people or packages arrive at your front door. You're notified when there's movement at your door. There's a motion-activated sensor on the camera, see, and it's in high-definition 1080 video. You can even communicate two-way through the doorbell camera, even if you're not home, and the person at the door, they don't know you're not home. The motion sensor works. I get notifications all the time when there's and I love that, because if I'm not home and my wife, my daughter, they're home and I'm not home, I always know they're safe. I always know what is going on there. And there's also night vision, so you can see even at night, which is really, really nice. You can see what's going on live right now. I can do that if I wanted to. And when there's movement, things are recorded automatically, so you know exactly what's going on. So call Sloman's, tell them you heard about them on the radio, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. All right, callers on hold, stand by. I want to finish up with this. So this is Mitch McConnell trashing Trump over this Nick Fuentes business yesterday.
First, let me just say there is no room in the Republican Party for anti-Semitism or white supremacy. And anyone meeting with people advocating that point of view, in my judgment, are highly unlikely to ever be elected President of the United States.
Okay, so there's no room in the Republican Party for people who meet with racist, white supremacists, etc., etc. Well, I'm going to share with you a clip that is not easy to find, and it goes back a ways, 1948, but I'm going to play it for you, and then I'm going to read to you what was said, and then I got another clip of Mitch McConnell, okay? This is Strom Thurmond at the Dixiecrat Convention. He was a Democrat at the time, became a Republican, and this was at the 1948 Dixiecrat Convention. Listen to this. This is Strom Thurmond.
There's not enough troops in the army to force the Southern people to break down segregation and admit into our theaters, into our swimming pools, into our homes, and into our cities.
Okay. So now Strom Thurmond, why am I playing that? Who is he? He was a Democrat who went on to become a Republican, Strom Thurmond. And that audio was in 1948, so the audio quality is not the greatest, but I have the transcript of what he said, and there was a bleep in there where he used the N-word. He said this is Strom Thurmond. I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that there's not enough troops in the Army to force the Southern people to break down segregation and admit the N-word race into our theaters, into our swimming pools, into our homes, and into our churches. Hardcore segregationists, Strom Thurmond. That's some nasty stuff right there, man. Pretty ugly, isn't it? Oh, yeah, so now here's Mitch McConnell yesterday.
First, let me just say that there is no room in the Republican Party for anti-Semitism or white supremacy.
Okay, that's Mitch yesterday. Well, let me pull up a clip of Mitch McConnell a couple decades ago. He only had one chin at the time. I'm serious. I saw the video. It was shocking. Only one chin. And he had a neck. It's amazing. This is Mitch McConnell on the floor of the United States Senate talking about Strom Thurmond, the man who said in that clip I played, I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that there's not enough troops in the Army to force the Southern people to break down segregation and admit the N-word race into our theaters, into our swimming pools, into our homes, and into our churches. This is Mitch McConnell talking about that ugly, racist, white supremacist Strom Thurmond.
I literally cannot remember life without Strom Thurmond. I remember the excitement, having been a son of the Deep South, when Senator Thurmond decided to become a Republican.
Wow. Wow. Thought there was no room for that type. Apparently, Mitch McConnell was all excited. Here's Joe Biden at Strom Thurmond's funeral eulogizing him. Oh yeah, he eulogized the Klansmen. We talked about that earlier this week. But he also eulogized Strom Thurmond. This is Biden.
Strom Thurmond was also a brave man who in the end made his choice and moved to the good side. We became good friends. I'm not sure exactly why or how it happened, Nancy, but you know we did. And Fritz could never figure it out, either could I.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. So apparently, and Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden's, you know, they didn't accidentally run into this guy. Okay? You know, Kanye, we know what happened. He set Trump up, brought this jerk. Trump didn't know who he was. Mitch McConnell and Biden are proud friends of that segregationist racist. Worked with him his whole lives. Mitch McConnell was like, you hear him, as like a dream come true that he got to, as a Southerner, that he got to be friends with this great man, one of the ugliest segregationists of the entire 20th century, Strom Thurmond. Seems to be a little double standard there. And of course, these reporters don't bother to ask Mitch McConnell about this, probably because they're educated in places that don't let them know such things happen. People like me have to go out and find these things. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, yes, this is Sandra from Indiana.
Hey, Sandra.
You did touch here on Strom Thurmond, because I was going to mention that Biden was also at George McGovern and Robert Byrd funerals, and they were both...
That's right. Segregationist.
Segregationists, yeah. So they're kind of calling the kettle black is what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the media are covering all of this up.
Yeah, yeah. And McConnell and McCarthy, I believe, have been bought by the liberals.
Bought by the liberals. I think they've been bought by the Chinese.
Yeah. From both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why the fake news can't also put that out there.
Because they hate Trump. It's all about destroying Trump. You know, today I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts I have of Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump's high school graduation photograph from the military school. They hate Trump, and they're creating a false narrative. But this business that happened yesterday, to me, is proof positive that the Republican establishment was involved in this Kanye visit to Mar-a-Lago. There's too much coordination going on. Yeah, and that video of Mitch McConnell, I'm going to keep that here. I don't usually keep sound bites after the day I use them, but I want to keep them for a while because I think this story is not going to go away anytime soon. Listen, thanks for the call. I got to run for the break. Callers on hold, stand by. There's one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. I got a lot of other topics to bring up, but I want to hear your thoughts on this as well. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll come back with your calls and more. I'm so sickened by what's going on. All Trump wants to do is make America great again. We'll be back. We'll come back with your calls. These people are disgusting. Disgusting. All Trump wants to do is make America great again. We'll be back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're going to really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning at 10 a.m. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're off to an awesome start.
95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes.
Yeah, this thing with Kanye and Nick Fuentes, I didn't want to have to talk about this again today. But, you know, we got to set the record straight about these people.
Traffic check.
You know, we just can't let them slander Trump like this and get away with it. We have to set the record straight. Just have to. Yeah.
South at the ramp to Broward Boulevard crash there. Palm Beach County, watch your speed. 95 north at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard. There's a car on fire.
We have to. We have to because nobody's doing it.
95 south at
Yeah.
Chobe Boulevard. You have a crash there as well. This report brought to you by blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Right now, you can save 50% off any order during Blindster Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com. That's a look at traffic. I'm Greg Taylor.
The best New Year's Eve ever is right
That's
around
right.
the corner. Scott Shannon,
There's no getting around it.
Latino and all your friends will be spending New Year's Eve at Harris Pompano Beach. And you can too. Sign up for Caesars Rewards and start playing to earn entries into cash giveaways and more, including the
Yeah.
New Year's Eve 20K cash giveaway.
Oh, cool. What'd you order, Christine? I'd forgotten.
Well, you can join me, Scott Shannon, along with DJ Big Latino as we count down to 2023 at the new Harris Pompano Beach. Sign up for your season.
I know you'd mentioned before what you would order, but I'd forgotten.
To win your share of Harris $20,000 cash giveaway. Now that's the way to
Christmas gifts, towels, and pillows. Awesome.
Harris Pompano Beach and the True Oldies channel.
Visit harrispompanobeach.com or see
Oh, this is the worst.
details. And stay tuned
The
to
travel pillows. Yeah.
all these stations. Must be 21
Yeah, I got the travel pillows for the cruise.
to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-888.
I'm going to order. My daughter has the My Pillow. There's a discount on these too on that neck thing you wear when you travel.
Offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car
I might get one of those for myself.
I can get you incredible deals on any
You know, I have a standing desk at home where I do all my work at. I thought maybe I could have that neck pillow on while I'm at my standing desk.
977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone.
Oh, yes.
New and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
See better and drive safer with Rain X.
Actually, we got one of those for my daughter for Christmas last year, I believe, because she wanted one so bad. You know, she uses it on the plane.
$1 gift card after mail-in rebate, plus 2 times all rewards points. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
Since you got me thinking about doing the My Pillow commercial now, I have to do it anyway.
The Steve Kane 2023 MAGA Cruise is right around the corner. We leave January 28th on the Celebrity Apex out of Fort Lauderdale. First stop, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Then Tortola,
Steve Kane Show.
British Virgin Islands, and then St. Kitts. With exclusive events just
Hold on.
for our group. Fine dining together every night. Cocktail parties, shore excursions, onboard activities, and a whole lot more. On the line is Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Ian, why should listeners book right now?
I blocked this group space during COVID, during the height of the pandemic, so we got some incredible deals.
Call Ian right now and lock in your cabin. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Join us as we celebrate our president, Donald Trump. Make your reservation right now. 561-244-5779. Always allow. Brian Craig here has rid me of knee pain with his laser away pain system. Let me introduce you to Dr. Appleton.
I had a new patient on Saturday, came in with sciatic, leg pain. She lifted something wrong on Saturday. She said, can this help me? And I said, sure. And we did the laser on her on Saturday. On Monday, she returned, and she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. The joy of doing this all these years is helping patients, and the laser is just an amazing tool that I use to help people. With acute, chronic, young, old, golf, tennis players, NBA, football players, male, female, it doesn't matter. The laser will help. And once we finish patients up, I never hear from anybody. What I do hear from them is the referrals, the family, the wife, the cousin, the nephew that comes back to me. And that's the biggest joy of my life.
Give Dr. Appleton a call at 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710 and say bye-bye to your pain.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and
Good
used
morning,
tires.
Dan. Welcome.
I have many suppliers, whatever car or truck.
Sometimes during the break, I got to rest my mouth and my voice and my tongue. My mouth's a little sore today from all the talking I do.
I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954.
I got 2.5 hours to go on the air today.
9445. Thank you.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Our number one, 888-GO-KANE-1. We exposed in the last 30 minutes Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden, who are honored to have worked with racist segregationists. In fact, one of the most famous and ugliest of the 20th century. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Rick from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Fort Lauderdale.
Yes. My advice is to Mr. Trump. I love him to death. I'll do anything what Mr. Trump tells us to do. But he has to listen to this advice. Say less. Say less, and that will do the trick. Put a Biden on them. Look, even if you are the only president that doesn't have a library, give these people back everything that you had, that you took from the White House. And that will mitigate.
All right, now slow down. slow down here. You said he's the only president without a library. Why do you think that is? Why do you think President Trump has not started building his presidential library? I know the answer, but why do you think?
These people are out to get.
No, I know, I understand. No. The reason he hasn't begun his library is because he hasn't had his second term yet. When his second term is over in 2028, the Trump library construction will begin. I hope he builds it here in Palm Beach County. But my plan is when I'm an old man and retired, I'm going to volunteer and work as a guide at the Trump Presidential Library. I can put my history degree to work and my education degree to work. Yeah, that's what I'll be. But yeah. But you say he should talk less. He didn't say much of anything. In fact, I haven't seen Trump on TV even talking about this, and it hasn't stopped them from steamrolling him.
This guy, Jack, whatever his name is, that's investigating him. Don't give him any ammunition to say anything. Why I said that is if he gives back even the toilet paper that he used, otherwise give them back everything.
Oh, yes.
There's
A lot of people are on the cruise.
him about. If there's nothing to arrest him about, they cannot arrest him.
Okay, good advice. All right, thank you. Thank you so much for the call. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, my name is Maria.
Hey, Maria.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
All right.
Yes, I've been seeing what's been going on, and I'm kind of disgusted by it. It makes my stomach ache.
Oh, yeah.
Head hurts. And I came across someone that's close to my husband. He cut the yard with my husband, and this guy spurred out his nasty tone about President Trump, and I went crazy on him. I said, I live in a senior community with good people, different color, different race. Don't come to my house with your racist tone. I know exactly what the Republicans...
Well, let me tell you, your call and the call before this, I've had two calls in a row here. Your call and the call before are two of the most frightening calls to the political establishment and the media. I've taken two calls randomly, by the way, because I'm taking these calls screenless. Both black people, both black Americans for Donald Trump, a Republican, and that freaks them out. So, so that what they're trying to do is promote this fake racist narrative to try to get you and the last caller from Fort Lauderdale to run back to the Democrat plantation.
Never, not in a million years. I wouldn't even dare support that party. Disgusting. And the Republicans get doing it. But I have a message for the Republicans. If you think you're going to spread your lies, you're going to steamroll the president behind closed doors and come out act like you some big macho man, let me tell you something. You will not succeed. You will fail, and I will make sure that, because as long as Trump is on that balance, and as long as he just vote is for him.
Yeah. Well, but Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy and others are saying that you, as a black woman in America, here in Florida, are voting for a racist white supremacist. Why what do you say to that? They're saying that you are supporting a racist white supremacist, Donald Trump.
They need to go balance.
Yeah.
It's not a racist. They the one. They the one steamrolling American people, lying to the American people, and betray them to work with those demons.
Yeah, demons. They call them demons. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, Marie, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. All right. Take care. Wow. 2 blacks for Trump in a row. That's right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Oh, hey, Mike. How you doing?
My big question is, we know the setup was in, right? McConnell and McCarthy and the establishment, right?
Mm-hmm.
My big question is this: is that MTG has said that she's going to support McCarthy for Speaker of the House, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she knows that the fix was in, how can she?
I'm not so sure that Marjorie Taylor Greene is supporting Kevin McCarthy. I think it's more likely she's running some angle here. I wouldn't be so sure that she's supporting him.
I've heard her say it all over the place.
Yeah, and she said it on Bannon's show, and Steve Bannon, he dislikes Kevin McCarthy more than you and I do, because he knows more about him than you and I do. So there's something in play here with her. I don't know what it is, but I know Marjorie Taylor Greene. I trust her.
Well, that's the thing, and this. I mean, they've been trying to get him on Trump on the racist thing ever since the Charlottesville deal.
Oh yeah, I know. He said there were some very fine people there, and not the racist white supremacists. They should be condemned. And one of the fine people that was there was that poor girl who was murdered by that racist, right? Run over with the car. She was there. And yeah.
Yeah, and look, I mean, this guy Strom Thurmond, you mentioned him earlier. Trent Lott got drummed out of Congress, out of the Senate, for wishing Strom Thurmond a happy birthday.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Oh, man, great calls today. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Renee from Harlem.
Hey, Renee from Harlem. So I imagine you got something to say. Joe Biden was eulogizing a racist segregationist, Strom Thurmond.
Well, listen, I don't have any love for Biden either. I like Bernie myself.
Oh, okay, good. Keep wasting your vote on Bernie.
Adulterated love for Trump is ridiculous.
I'm so glad you called, Renee, because, Renee, I got something unrelated that I'd like to share with you. I'm glad you called. I am. I have an audio soundbite I was going to play later in the show, but I want to play it now for your response. It's a young black girl on TikTok, okay? And listen to what she says, and I want to hear your thoughts about this.
Controversial opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Don't just bring them. Ask for explicit permission from everyone. Because just because you're comfortable with them doesn't mean that everybody's comfortable with them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Don't let them think they're a good white person. Don't give them that card to use against other people. Please don't do that.
Okay, what are your thoughts on that young black girl who says you have to ask permission to bring your white friends around your friends of color?
Well, I couldn't really hear her clear.
Oh, I couldn't really hear her clearly. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, phone problems.
Mumbled. What did
kind of? You heard her. You heard her.
Did not hear her.
Opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend.
Okay. If you're black and you have a white friend, you need to ask permission from your friends of color before you invite them into the group. Do you agree with that?
Well, it depends.
It depends. Oh, it depends. Oh, all right. In what situation is it okay?
You people are racist.
That sounds like the racist to me. She said they may not be in the mood for white shenanigans.
Is the racist that makes you a racist?
Okay, yeah, okay, he heard everything. He just didn't have an answer. Renee from Harlem. Listen, we're going to take our last break of this hour. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name's Brian Craig. We'll be back right after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. He just didn't have an answer. Renee from Harlem. Listen, we're going to take our last break of this hour. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name's Brian Craig. We'll be back right after this quick break. Don't go anywhere.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.
He was buying time for an answer, to think of an answer. That's what he was doing. I know what he was doing. Well, thank you, Berta. I was going to get into that later, but since Renee called in, I saw it. I wasn't too impressed with Tim Pool on that interview. He didn't ask anything. And he should not be taking advantage of a mentally ill man, Kanye West, like that. I wouldn't do that. He was exploiting a mentally ill man for views. That's not right. And he also gave more credibility to that punk Fuentes. I wasn't impressed by it. Well, that's what I'm wondering.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salon.
I don't know what white shenanigans are. I don't know.
Salon Pause patches reduce my pain and let me do the things I need to do every day.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salon Pause reported improved sleep, mood, and the ability to work. They had less pain and were able to reduce.
You know he's bald, don't you know? That's why he wears that winter cap during the summer.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Cole.
Luckily, I've not lost any hair.
6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible.
If I haven't lost any by now, I'll be cool for life.
All who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at
Kanye is mentally ill and deranged. That was exploitation of the mentally ill.
And now is the time to make a plan and know your zone. In the case of an evacuation, have a plan to go to a hurricane shelter, hotel, family, or friends. If you're ordered to evacuate, you need to leave. You can rebuild your home, but you cannot rebuild your life. This hurricane season, know your zone. Know your home. Learn more at floridadisaster.org. This message is sponsored by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Seniors, Medicare open enrollment is coming. I Will Advisors has all the education you need to make an informed decision about your plan for you and your family. I Will Advisors specializes in every aspect of Medicare.
I think that's pretty funny.
Options are most likely to help or hurt you, and that way you can get a plan that fits your lifestyle and needs at an affordable rate. Call Debbie at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name's Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Have you started your Christmas shopping yet? You don't have to leave your house to go Christmas shopping. Go to MyPillow.com, use our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, and you can actually save up to 80% off MyPillow products. 80, that's right, 80% off. You can save as much as that on great MyPillow products. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, and you'll see the specials I'm about to share with you. Now, again, you can take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com, not just the ones I mentioned. But these make great, great Christmas gifts. The MyPillow that started it all, just $19.98 with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. You know, when I got my MyPillow that I sleep on, it was $65. Now we got this promo code, K-A-N-E, Kane at checkout, just $19.98. These make great Christmas gifts. You can buy a whole bunch of them at this price and give them to a whole bunch of people. And they come packaged perfectly for wrapping. Just $19.98 for the MyPillow that started it all. The 6-piece MyPillow towel set, 55% off. My wife and I have 3 sets of these, and we love them. 55% off. They come in, let's see here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors. And we have them in 3 different colors. They come in 9 colors. We have 3 sets, and each one is a different color. 55% off, just $39.98 for the 6-piece MyPillow towel set. The MyPillow slippers, I have 2 pairs of these. They have a whole bunch of new sizes in. By the way, they have a lot of new smaller sizes that can fit children. That's right. And they also have smaller sizes for adults as well. But they also have extra large and extra wide sizes now that are new. So they got new smaller sizes, new larger and wider sizes, and all the sizes in between, and a whole bunch of new colors. And the MyPillow My Slippers, $90 off with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, just $49.98. The 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets are just $29.98. We have 6 sets of these, 4 regular and 2 flannel. And they are wonderful gifts. And again, take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. You know, I want to play this clip from TikTok with this young black racist girl that I played to Renee from Harlem, who thinks that he seemed to think it was okay. Listen to this. This is on TikTok. Young black girl.
Controversial opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. Ask for explicit permission from everyone. Because just because you're comfortable with them doesn't mean that everybody's comfortable with them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person. Don't give them that card to use against other people. Please don't do that.
Okay. What are white shenanigans that she's referring to? What are white shenanigans? I have no idea. So she said, don't bring your token white friend to your group of color without permission. And if you do, don't let them do their white shenanigans and harass them and terrorize them. That, you know, I know on the face of it, you might chuckle at that. But there's a trend in this country, and it's a frightening trend of racism. Let me tell you this. You want to talk about a controversial statement. I'm going to make a statement to you that will sound controversial, but if you think about it, it's not. All of the civil rights legislation, from the freeing of the slaves and to ending segregation, was done by white people, because only white people were in power to make changes in the system and to the laws. And, you know, these were terrible things. Racism, segregation, institutionalized racism, slavery, all these things were god-awful. But slavery was ended in the Democrat insurrection against the United States government known as the American Civil War. Over 500,000 Americans died in that war to free the slaves. Took another 100 years to keep fighting the Democrats to end their Democrat Jim Crow laws and segregation and everything. But at those periods in our history, African Americans were not in government positions to pass any of these things. So it seems to me that white people corrected some wrongs that were brought to this country by the Europeans. I don't understand why white people are being viewed this way, but it's very frightening that this anti-white racism not only is mainstream, but is socially acceptable. You know, this talk about this racist with Kanye, that kind of talk, those kinds of attitudes are not welcome. You know, Kanye West and Nick Fuentes went on a podcast interview, Tim Pool. I wouldn't have that guy, Nick Fuentes, on this program. I'm not going to entertain a racist like that and give them a platform and make them famous and well-known. These are some of the ugliest types of thoughts and thinking that exist. But this anti-white racism that is socially acceptable in this country. Remember, we were talking about the medical school the other day about doing this in Florida, University of Florida Medical School. That is scary to me. Now, I want to take some calls here. Our number, 888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Mark in Billings, Montana.
Hey, Mark in Montana. What's up, Mark?
You know, if I'm thinking correctly, at a lot of Trump rallies, he always talked about how he was against the white supremacist and racism.
Of course.
Am I right?
Of course.
Oh, I've seen so many little videos how the Hispanic, African Americans, and other people, if it wasn't for Trump cutting down on taxes and regulations, these people's businesses thrive because of what Trump.
No, that's true. That's true. And remember, under Trump's first term, we had the highest rate of African American employment in the history of employment statistics.
And I watch Right Side Broadcasting a lot.
You know, Nick Fuentes used to work for Right Side Broadcasting. Did you guys know that? Mm-hmm. They fired him, but there was a time when he worked there, yes.
But, you know, I really enjoyed the interviews before the rally, and there are like 8 to 9 different countries that came from communism talking about how Trump had made such...
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, from Montana, appreciate the call, all right? Take care. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brooklyn Bank Blau.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Ignorant Trump voters come in all colors and shapes and sizes.
Yeah, I'm glad you called, Liberal Al, because I'm a little concerned here, okay? Mitch McConnell said that there's no room in our society for people that associate with racist, and I want to play this clip of Strom Thurmond.
Not enough troops in the army to force the Southern people to break down segregation and admit into our theaters, into our swimming pools, into our homes, and into our...
Okay, so what Strom Thurmond said there, that's from 1948, Strom Thurmond. And so the audio is not so great, but that's okay. I've got the text. And what Strom Thurmond said is this. I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that there's not enough troops in the Army to force the Southern people to break down segregation and admit the N-word race, I bleeped it out of that, even though the audio is so poor, into our theaters, into our swimming pools, into our homes, and into our churches. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Pretty hardcore racist segregationist, pretty ugly talk. So I want to know why Joe Biden said this about this ugly segregationist.
Thurman was also a brave man who, in the end, made his choice and moved to the good side. We became good friends. I'm not sure exactly why or how it happened, Nancy.
Okay. So he was good friends with a man who made some of the ugliest racist comments of the 20th century. What do you have to say for Joe Biden?
He's a forgiving soul, that's all.
He's a how do you forgive something like that and work with them and become a partner? And that was he eulogized this man at his funeral. Would you eulogize a racist segregationist like Joe Biden did?
You know something? The man worked with him for many years.
Well, you know what? I don't work with racist segregationists. Do you work with racist segregationists?
Trump is a...
No, he is not a segregationist or a racist. Strom Thurmond was a racist segregationist, and Joe Biden worked with him proudly and eulogized him and called him a friend.
Trump has 27,000 apartments he inherited.
No. We're not talking about Trump. We're talking about Biden. We're talking about Biden and Strom Thurmond. Strom Thurmond said there's not enough troops in the Army to force Southerners to break down segregation and allow black people in our swimming pools, homes, and churches. Would you associate with someone that would not allow African Americans in their churches, swimming pools, or homes? Biden did.
Strom Thurmond's been dead more than 20 years.
It doesn't change what he did. It doesn't change what he did. And I've heard you talk about Trump's father for things that happened in the 20s in your fantasies. Why is Joe Biden praising a segregationist?
The New York City crime...
No, not New York City. Why is Joe Biden praising a segregationist who said that blacks can't use his swimming pool, go to his church, or come to his home?
He didn't praise him when he was alive. He praised him after he was...
He was talking about the great friendship they had when he was alive at his funeral. Can you name me a segregationist that Trump has praised? All right, it's time for a break. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number, 888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll take our break for the top of the hour, come back with your calls and much more. Don't go anywhere. Back after this. 888-465-2631. We'll take our break for the top of the hour, come back with your calls. Great calls today. Don't go anywhere. Back after this. Be right back, guys. He didn't praise... I'll get to him again. Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Yeah, all right, hold on. Oh, great calls today. Great calls today. Got to do what you got to do. These things have to be discussed. What they're doing to President Trump is disgusting.
Washington lawmakers expect to take action today to prevent a national rail strike. A shutdown would have a devastating impact on the economy.
I don't like going against the ability of unions to strike, but weighing the equities, we must avoid a strike.
Steve Kane Show. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. There's only one opening on the board. Well, thank you, George. I'm breaking in a new pair of shoes, which I hate doing. I hate breaking in a new pair of shoes. But they are Vans. So they're easier to break in. Oh, I just heard my stomach growl. I just looked over at the Anne Marie's menu because I do that commercial coming up, and my stomach just growled. I just heard it. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. I only wear Vans, really. Well, I have a pair of Doc Martens I wear too, but I only wear Vans. All right, here we go. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Florida's longest-running radio show. I'm looking at the board, and every line on the board is lit. Something I said? Oh, boy, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Beach?
All right, Dania Beach, you're on the radio. What's on your mind?
Yes. I heard the other day that Mike Lindell will be replacing Ronna McDaniel.
Well, no, he is. Mike Lindell says that he would like to replace Ronna McDaniel as the head of the RNC, the Republican National Committee. He wants to do it.
Okay. Well, Lou Dobbs does not like Ronna McDaniel. Are you aware of that?
No, I not really a fan of hers either. How is she related to Romney? Isn't she Mitt Romney's niece or something?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I don't try. And if you know Romney, by the way, thanks for the call. Yeah, Romney's growing a beard. Have you guys noticed that? What's that about? Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Jay from Jersey.
Hey, Jay. What's up?
Jay. J-A-Y.
That's what I said. Jay from Jersey.
I'm not going to name every single person that your person on the front of your shirt has been racist by. But you seem to be focusing on racist today when your whole organization of MAGA are racist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course.
Give me an example of the racism of the MAGA movement.
As soon as Trump came down the escalator and started talking about how he was going to throw every Mexican out of America.
That's not what he said. He didn't say that.
I'm just rounding it out.
No, he didn't say he was going to throw every Mexican out of America. He didn't say that.
But he was going to throw the criminal ones out.
Oh, well, don't you want the illegal criminals out of the country, or do you want illegal criminals in your neighborhood?
They letting too many of them in here anyway.
Okay, so you agree with Trump on the keeping out the criminals.
Let me finish. As soon as y'all heard that, that's when Trump got all his big support.
Now, excuse me. You agreed with President Trump just a moment ago that the criminal Mexicans that are here illegally should be deported. I'm asking you to. By the way, Mexican is not a race. You're aware of that, right? You don't care. Okay, you said that the MAGA movement is racist. Mexican's a nationality. And by the way, not all Hispanic people are Mexican. Stop racially stereotyping people, if you don't mind, Jay from Jersey.
But I was trying to talk.
Well, I asked you to give you said the MAGA movement is. You said the MAGA movement is racist. I asked you to give me an example of the racism from the MAGA movement. I'm still waiting.
Well, then why don't you stop talking so I can say?
All right, let's go. Here are the answers. Let's go.
Okay, just like I said, when he came down the escalator, the first thing he said was something racist, and y'all went stop.
No, he didn't. What did he say that was racist?
Then he said he's going to build a wall, and y'all started yelling, wall, wall, like a bunch of nuts.
Okay, he was going to build a wall. Slow down. I wanted to slow down. I'm here till 9. I'm here till 9 o'clock. You said he wanted to build a wall. Are you calling me from home right now? Where are you? You at work? You in your car? Where are you?
I'm on my way to work.
You're in your car. Okay. When you get to work and you get out of your car, what are you going to do with your car?
No. I'm not going down there.
No. I'll tell you what you're going to do. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get out of your car. Excuse me. You're going to get out of your car and you're going to lock your car. Why do you lock your car?
You sound crazy.
Did you, by the way, when you left the house for work this morning, you say you're in your, can you honk your horn for me?
No, I cannot.
Okay, you said you're on your way to work. It's very quiet. If you're on your way to work, why can't you honk your horn? You're in a hornless car on the way to work?
Could you stay on one?
We are on the same subject. Oh my goodness. When you left your house this morning, when you left your house,
you can't stay on one subject at a time.
Oh, we are on the same subject. When you supposedly...
Well, let me say a word.
All right, okay, go ahead.
Now, just like I was trying to say, President Trump, you can't seem to get past anything because your nose is brown from being President Trump's lackey on this radio.
That's right.
He is a racist. He's always been a racist. His father was a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Does nothing but racist things. He calls people the N-word. Yes, it's been reported, just like his lawyer said all the time when he was in meetings with him. That's the word he used, the N-word. He's a racist.
Okay, now that you said your piece, since you're driving to work, can you honk that horn for me now?
Not going to fall into...
Why can't you said you're in your car on your way to work. Why can you not honk the horn?
Why would you want to talk about a horn? I'm not stupid.
Why won't you honk the horn then? Why won't you honk the horn?
Doing anything. We're talking about racist. That's what I call it.
Okay, so now that we've established that you're a liar, that you're not in your car on the way to work, you said that President Trump called someone the N-word. When is the last... Okay, well, he does it all the time. Tell me the last time that President Trump called someone the N-word.
This way. I live in New Jersey. Did you know that him and his father kept every black person out of their building?
That's not true. No. But you moved on to something. You said that President Trump calls people the N-word. Slow down. God, no. Are you kidding me? No. Let me tell you, if it's about Donald Trump, I know everything about Donald Trump. You said, I am. Oh yes, and a proud one at that. You said he calls people. Slow down. You said he calls people the N-word all the time. Can you tell me the names of the people he's called the N-word?
Craig.
That's me. He didn't call me the N-word. Who is he called the N-word? And I want to tell you why. It does matter, because I want to get these people on the radio and expose President Trump for having called them the N-word. Who are the people that he called the N-word to?
Trump punched you in the face, you would say thank you.
I'm sure he would have a good reason. If he punched me in the face, I'm sure it'd be a good reason.
Would not be a man.
I think if President Trump is listening to Mar-a-Lago this morning, he wouldn't punch me in the face. He'd pat me on the back for exposing the lies against him. So give me the name of the person he called an N-word to. Just one.
Hey, Craig, what does it matter?
Craig who? A name other than me. Someone other than me. The only name you can think of is me? He didn't call me the N-word.
He didn't call you the N-word, but since you want to say stupid stuff, I figured out.
Well, you said that he calls people the N-word all the time. So I want to know the names of these people so I can reach out to them and expose this racism.
You want their phone numbers too?
Just some names.
Okay, Steve.
Steve, no, I'm not asking for random names. I mean, names of people who have reported that this happened to them.
Would you think I know their names?
Well, because you said he does it all the time. If you know about it, that means it's been publicized.
That word all the time.
Why have we not seen these people on television, on CNN, who have said he called me the N-word?
Answer that question. Don't you remember when his lawyer said it?
No, there hasn't been his lawyer who went to prison?
The lawyer who...
Oh, so you go to convicts. Listen, you're telling me that there are black people, that Trump called the N-word to their face, and they're not on MSNBC or CNN talking about it?
I didn't say that.
You said he calls people the N-word.
Behind their back.
Behind their back. Then how do you know about it?
Because his lawyer told her.
His lawyer. What's his lawyer's name?
You know that, man.
You don't even know his name. Thank you for your call. Oh, my goodness. That honk your horn thing, that's only something you can do once. I mean, that's a good one. Yeah. Well, he said he was on his way to work, and he was in like a quiet sound room. I mean, he sounded like he was, he was not in his car on the way to work in Jersey. There's only one opening on our board at 1-888-COCAINE-1. Full board of calls. Just one opening, 1-888-465-2631. My name's Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk, the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number's toll-free, 1-888-GO-CAINE-1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. Those of you on hold, stand by. Phones are very busy today. I will go to the phones after the break. If you let the line go, you might have a difficult time getting back in. Great calls today, by the way. Spectacular calls on the program this morning. We'll take that break and be back with your calls after this. Oh, it's not quite time yet. 10 seconds? Oh, okay. I missed my cue. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Back after this.
Wake up and smell
Be right
the
back.
truth. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Morning 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
This is Lori Kane. When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633, 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633, BrightonDentalCare.com.
I invite you to join me at the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, because here, we're all about community. With like-minded people and businesses, the Chamber will help your business grow, and you get to connect with people that will become your best friends. Weekly events give you ample opportunities to learn alongside talented professionals. At the Delray Beach Chamber,
I've used that honk the horn thing before, not for a long time. You know, you got to use that one sparingly, but that's I might take that call, and I think I'm going to have them keep today's show for a best of show for when we're on the cruise. What do you think? What do you guys think? Steve Kane Show. Hold on. I'm going to go tell him right now. I'll forget. Nah, I don't have time to go back down there. Well, thank you, Treasure Life. That was a fun call. That was funny. Got about a minute left.
Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire and Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road, because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445.
Yeah, Perry Mason. Yeah, Except I'm doing it unscripted. Perry Mason, everything was written out for him to look good. I'm doing this off the cuff. He could have, if he was telling the truth, you know, I was expecting a horn to be honked. I did that once with a caller years ago, many years ago. And I pressed him on it, and then he went, he went this, he did this, he went beep, beep. He made a horn sound with his mouth. Oh my gosh.
This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, full board of calls. Oh my goodness, the phones are on fire. Callers on hold, stand by. I want to tell you guys about Dr. Appleton. Oh, man, Dr. Appleton's amazing. He has really elevated the quality of this show because I was doing for years this show while in pain. My knee pain, 3 months ago, he rid me of knee pain with his laser away pain treatment. My arthritis pain in my finger, he rid me of that. It's absolutely amazing. And, you know, since Dr. Appleton rid me of pain, I know the show has been better because I'm feeling better and I'm more energetic. I'm not suffering during the show anymore. Some of our callers may be suffering today. If you're suffering with any kind of pain, go see Dr. Appleton and say bye-bye to your pain. It doesn't just work on knee pain, doesn't just work on arthritic pain, lumbar pain, hip pain, any joint bursitis, neuralgia, arthritis in other places, not just in the fingers, stenosis, neck pain, tennis elbow, tinnitus, strains and sprains. If you've got pain, back pain, if you've got pain, Dr. Appleton can help. His laser away pain treatment works. I know it works because it worked on me on 2 different types of pain completely. The knee was an injury. The finger, well, that was just getting older with arthritis. It's amazing. And when you go in for your laser away pain treatment, Dr. Appleton is offering free acupuncture. Now, I didn't have the acupuncture in my knee. I did have it in my my arthritis in the joint when he treated me with the laser away pain treatment because I wanted to experience it so I could share it with you guys. And I'm just telling you this, after one treatment with acupuncture and the laser away pain treatment, my arthritis in my joint and my finger has been gone. It's amazing. Call Dr. Appleton. He's open Monday through Saturday. No appointment necessary. Walk-ins are welcome because he knows when you are in pain, you need help now. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com. All right, back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is David in California.
Hey, David.
Hey, Brian. Love your show here. There are a few conservatives left here in California, believe it or not.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kevin McCarthy is not one of them.
That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're not pleased with him at all, and we apologize for him.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll lose him real quick. I was wondering if you could confirm, you probably already have, and I just haven't heard you say it recently or at all yet, I guess. Isn't Trump's daughter, Ivana, hasn't she converted to Judaism?
Ivanka. Ivana was his first wife who recently passed away. Ivanka is a Jew. Yeah, she converted to Judaism because of Jared. That means his grandchildren are also Jews. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So the man has Jewish grandkids, and he's getting...
And not only that, he made the man who made his daughter a Jew was his Bobby Kennedy when he was in his first term, right? His right-hand man, Jared Kushner.
Oh, okay. I see. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. And being called a racist on top of it, he's having, a black man come over, he knows he has mental issues, and he still allows him to come over. I know he has a whole bunch of celebrity, black friends and all the rest. So
yeah,
unbelievable. And McConnell is unbelievable, trying to throw him under the bus like that. And it's just amazing, really.
Yeah, they're scummy people. Well, appreciate it. California MAGA. All right, take care. You're, hold on, let me go here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Tommy from Boca.
Hey, Boca, what's up?
Not much. To go along with the racist thing, he's the first person down here in Florida to let the Jewish community and the black community in his golf course.
Oh, yeah, let's slow down on that. Let's slow down. This is very important. We forget about this. Mar-a-Lago was the first country club golf resort that allowed blacks and Jews to become members in Democrat Palm Beach. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Donald Trump did that. Yeah. He's a civil rights pioneer in the elite liberal circles of Palm Beach golf clubs and resorts. It's hard to believe that it was still that way, but it was until Trump.
And the other thing is that for Donald Trump to do what he's done for America, to get 1,000 paper cuts by the media, stabbed in the back by pretty much everybody else, he's still standing here willing to fight for America.
Mm-hmm.
Care about what you think he is. He's here for America, which we all should be.
Yeah.
Raising Cain about these elections.
Yeah. Man, well, listen, I appreciate your call. I'm trying to take the calls in the order in which they were received. I know I'm not doing very well by that, guys. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hi. Yeah, this is Rob from Coral Springs. How you doing?
All right, Rob in Coral Springs, home of Wings Plus.
Yes, my favorite spot. Well, you know, Brian, I want to comment on the TikTok audio.
Oh, yeah. Before you comment on it, let me play it again for people that are just tuning in. It's only about 30 seconds. This is a young African-American woman in her 20s. She posted this on TikTok this week.
Controversial opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. Ask for explicit permission from everyone. Because just because you're comfortable with them doesn't mean that everybody's comfortable with them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person. Don't give them that card to use against other people. Please don't do that.
Wow, pretty hardcore there. Racism there against white people. Yeah.
You know, my take on it is it's a safety practice, right? Because white people practice safety all the time, especially when it comes to dealing with black folks. Like, for example, if a black person, you know, walking through a neighborhood that is predominantly white, and that black person might be living in that neighborhood, but however, the first thing a white person is going to do is play safety.
Really? They're going to do... wait a minute. Slow down. If there's a black person in a white person's neighborhood, the first thing the white person will do is what?
Play safety.
Pray safety? What does that mean, pray safety?
Play safety meaning that they're gonna press this black person, they're gonna check on him, he or she.
How really? So are you black? What do you mean, of course? Oh, well, I guess with your racist viewpoint, I should assume that, I guess. So when is the last time? Okay, so tell me about the last time this happened to... Excuse me. Tell me about the last time this happened to you. I want to hear the last time that a white person saw you, stopped you, and did a check on you to make sure that they were safe around you. Tell me about that.
Well, that happened to my son.
Oh, it happened to your son. I want to know when it happened to you. You're older than your son. You've been black in America longer than your son. Tell me when it happened to you, since I'm talking to you, not your son.
Well, you gotta understand, I didn't grow up in white.
Oh, you didn't grow up in, okay, so it's never happened to you. It happens all the time, but it's never How can you be black in America? How old are you?
I'm 40 years old.
40 years in America. You're black in America in this racist country, and you're telling me a white person has never stopped you to check you out to make sure they were safe around you? How could this be? Because it's a figment of your imagination. That's why. Oh my goodness. We'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. Come back with more calls. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Our number 888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll take our bottom of the hour break and be back. 888-GO-KANE-1. Oh my goodness. What the heck? We'll take our bottom of the hour break and be back. What the heck?
Bringing the heat to your radio every morning. It's the Steve Kane Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. Alexa rocks, and now so do you.
How can I help you?
Just say, Alexa, play Oldies South Florida.
Okay, playing it now.
That's insanity.
You've got the good time oldies 93.3
Wow.
and 96.9. Now
Great calls today. These callers are wackadoodle today. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and everyone please like the video. Oh my goodness. Steve Kane Show. All right, you're next in line. Hold on. I got some trolls today, so.
Also 595 West at Nob Hill Road, lanes closed, 2 of them because of a crash, and 95 South at the ramp to Broward.
Yeah, Michael Todd, he's a member of the channel. He just used all the member emojis. All the members, you get your name in green, and you have all those cool emojis.
95 South, ramp to High Paluxo, crash, and 95 South at Okeechobee Boulevard, you have a crash there as well. This report brought to you by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers.
Oh my goodness.
50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com. That's a look at traffic. I'm Greg Tanner.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness,
Main Street Moments is my wife, Kathy.
in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
Wow, remove Marjorie Taylor Greene. Can if we you know, we're limited on the number of emojis we're allowed to have, you know, by if we remove Marjorie Taylor Greene, can we replace her with Elon Musk? We have a Mike Lindell, Carrie Lake one, Ron DeSantis one, Melania, Trump, Clarence Thomas. Not Elon, really? I like Elon Musk. Really? No. Why not? Well, who would you rather us replace Marjorie Taylor Greene with? I don't believe she's a strong supporter of Kevin McCarthy. I don't believe that. I think she's running an angle. She may be running a spy op infiltrating the circle, too, you know. Keep MTG? Okay.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you
Nah, I wouldn't want to have to look at Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert, you know, she kind of reminds me of John Benet Ramsey with that makeup, like she's in one of those little girl beauty pageants. I like Elon Musk, but I ordered Elon Musk's biography. I should have it in the mail this week.
Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement.
No, we're not going to look at no Hillary. No.
Do not use if you have
No.
adenomas, have inflammatory
Do they make orange striped jumpsuits that big?
or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0.
Well, you can ask her. Kathy's in the chat.
Cologuard is right for you.
Main Street Moments is my wife, Kathy.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs.
Yes or no? Do you guys love Elon Musk? What he's doing is amazing. He's about to reinstate 62,000 banned people. Some of them have millions of followers. And that's just the first wave.
Located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
The following message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Soon, it will be time to make important decisions about your Medicare prescription drug coverage. Shine counselors provide free, unbiased
No.
selecting
Wow.
Medicare Part D or Advantage plan. If you have questions, Shine can guide you through the enrollment period.
Iffy.
For more information or to volunteer,
Okay.
1-800.
Well, who else then? We had it, Kathy. We had a poll up on who to make the new, and I can't remember who the choices were. Elon Musk wasn't a choice. It was Marjorie Taylor Greene and who else? We did a poll a couple weeks ago because we had a Candace Owens emoji, but when she trashed Trump, we removed Candace Owens and replaced her with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I can't remember who the other choices were in that poll. It's still up there on the channel. Steve Kane Show. Hey, Bill.
To make an informed decision about your plan for you and your family. I will advise respect in every aspect of
Local and in your face. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Gregg on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. I'm going to go back to our phones. A lot of interesting calls today. I'll tell you that. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helen from Kansas.
Hey, Helen.
Hi. Well, people that are trying to put us all on a guilt trip for trying to protect our own nation and our own people are sinning against the Lord God, His holy commandment.
Okay, so hold on. Let's slow down. So I don't know specifically what you're talking about. Defending our own people. Who are our people?
Well, all legal USA citizens.
Well, what about people that are not U.S. citizens that are here legally, like visitors and immigrants?
Well, if they're here legally, then that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Coming in illegally, God says, thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark. 1914. That means, illegally come into their...
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to... Okay. Hey, listen, I appreciate the call. I want to throw this out, and I don't know the background to this. And I don't know that this is... I need some... I need some help from the audience. Was Milo the other person with Kanye, with Nick Fuentes? Was it Milo Yiannopoulos? I'm asking because I've heard that. Was it Milo? And what was Milo up to? And what was his role in making this whole thing happen? If anybody has any information on this, give me a call at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Bill from Sanford.
Oh, hey.
I agree with you about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm on the fence with that. I think you should wait until January 3rd when they have the vote for the speaker.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene has said positive things about McCarthy as speaker, and I think she's running an angle. She may even be trying to infiltrate these people.
What her angle is, but I just don't think that, I just can't believe that she would want to support the guy that knocked her off all the committees.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
And then we'll find out. Some other Republicans as to where they stand.
Yeah. No, I'm with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I see no reason to distrust her right now. Mm-hmm.
Keep her in front of the bus, don't.
Okay, don't throw her under the bus. All right, I appreciate it. All right, take care. All right, 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is the number. I want to get some information on Milo and his role in this and how this happened and why Milo would do this. Hold on a second. I'm answering some text, which I shouldn't be doing on the air. Okay, okay. I got the article here. I just had it text. Somebody just texted it to me. And this is something that is disappointing to me. And this is I hate to share it out of this source, but hey, Huffington Post. Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago dinner with Kanye. I'm reading this cold. I've not read this article. Someone just sent me this article. Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago dinner with Kanye West and white nationalist Nick Fuentes was orchestrated to make his life miserable, according to Milo Yiannopoulos, who said he was the architect of the meeting. Milo Yiannopoulos, a far-right ex-Breitbart editor, told NBC News he wanted to give Trump... I gotta sneeze, guys. Hold on. The air conditioning vent is right over my head, and it just popped on and caused me to sneeze. Okay. Milo Yiannopoulos, a far-right former Breitbart editor, told NBC News he wanted to give Trump a reminder of the type of people who really support him. Milo says, I wanted to show Trump the kind of talent he's missing out on by allowing his terrible handlers to dictate who he can and can't hang out with, Yiannopoulos told NBC News, referring to the controversy-plagued rapper Kanye and the Holocaust denier. Milo Yiannopoulos says, I also wanted to send a message to Trump that he has systematically, repeatedly neglected, ignored, and abused the people who love him the most, the people who put him in office, and that kind of behavior comes back to bite you in the end. Milo Yiannopoulos also said he knew that news of the dinner would leak and that Trump would bungle the fallout. Trump responded to the outcry by distancing himself from Fuentes. It goes on. Okay. You know, I've been a fan of Milo. Milo Yiannopoulos is a gay conservative from the UK. He was banned from every platform a number of years ago. First time I heard of him was here in Florida. He was up in Orlando after the Pulse nightclub shooting. I saw him on many interviews, many shows, and he was on a college tour, and he was pretty good. But what he did here, I don't know. I gotta find out more about this, because this is the first time Milo Yiannopoulos has been in the national news for years. He was totally banned from every platform there is, not just Twitter, everything. He's been totally canceled. And now he did this as a publicity stunt for himself. So what I want to know is, this is what I want to find out. I know he's taking credit for organizing it, and maybe he did orchestrate the whole thing. Maybe he did. I'm going to reach out to Laura Loomer today. Laura Loomer knows Milo, and I know she's been injected into this recently. I heard her mention in the news yesterday. I'm going to text after the show today Laura Loomer and see if I can get some info on this from her. And if she has anything to offer, I'll ask her to join us on the program this week. But Milo Yiannopoulos, if he orchestrated this as a publicity stunt for himself, I'm forever done with him. And I'll tell you this, if I were in that circle with Kanye and this was about to happen, I would have stopped it. I would not have allowed this to happen to President Trump. And anyone who put this in motion to allow this to happen to President Trump should forever be on a list of people we don't care about anymore. And I don't mean just me, I mean all of us. If this is true with Milo, that he set this whole thing up, or was he along for the ride and others bigger than him set it up and he's trying to get all over the news for the first time? He is expecting to be one of the people reinstated to Twitter. You know, Elon Musk, it came out yesterday, is about to reinstate 62,000 people who were banned in the first wave of reinstatements. 62,000. Some of them have millions of followers. Some of them have hundreds of thousands of followers. But the smallest of those accounts in this first wave have 10,000 or more followers on Twitter. And Milo is one of the people that's expected to be in that batch. If this is true, and he does have some association with it, I will not be following Milo if he gets back on Twitter. This is just a disaster. You got some of these people that are, what they are basically, are just people starved for attention that go out and do publicity stunts all the time for attention. That's basically what it is that they're doing. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Helen from El.
Hey, Helen.
Hi. You said it on the air. I was going to ask you to contact Laura Loomer. But according to what Laura Loomer said was that Milo works for Marjorie Taylor Greene.
He has. Yeah, there is a connection to Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah. So, and I'm just as disappointed. I was a big Milo fan. I loved him.
You know, I've heard Milo's name over the last couple days mentioned as the third guy, and I kind of tuned it out. Maybe I didn't want to hear it, but I kind of tuned it out, and now that he's out there taking credit for being the architect behind it, you know, but you never know with him because he wants credit and publicity.
Yeah, it's true. And he wants to get back in the...
See, I don't want to quickly give blame to anyone for this because I want to know who really was behind it. Listen, I'm up against our break, but thank you for the call. Yeah, I'm gonna text Laura Loomer this morning when I get off the air. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We're going to take our last break of the hour. Our number, 888-GO-KANE1. Back with your calls and more after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We're going to take our last break of the hour. Our number, 888-GO-KANE1. Back with your calls and more after this quick break. Don't go anywhere.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all of South Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Mornings 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. The best New Year's Eve ever is right around the corner. Scott Shannon, DJ Vic Latino, and all your friends will be spending New Year's Eve at Harris Pompano Beach. And you can too. Sign up for Caesars Rewards and start to earn entries into cash giveaways,
Wow.
including the New Year's Eve 20K cash giveaway.
I don't think enough people know Cash Patel. No, it's got to be someone who's more iconic. Grinnell, people don't recognize him. It's got to be someone more iconic. I didn't say censor him.
Sign up for your Caesars Rewards card today for a chance to win your share of Harris' $20,000 cash giveaway. Now that's the way to start the new year with Harris Pompano Beach and the True Oldies channel.
Visit harrispompanobeach.com or Caesars.com for all the details. And stay tuned to South Florida's True Oldies stations. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Must be 18 for poker and racing. Going to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hear that music? That means it's Christmas shopping season.
That's disappointing.
Christmas shopping, there's no better place to go than MyPillow.com. And with our promo code Kane at checkout,
Rush Limbaugh. That's who it'll be. Rush Limbaugh. It'll be Rush. That was on our poll. That was the name on the poll. Rush. It'll be Rush.
for $90 off in all sizes and colors for both men and women. The MyPillow that started it all.
That'll be it. Rush. That was the name on the poll. I was telling Kathy. It'll be Rush.
The MyPillow Pet Bed is 50% off too. There's also incredible savings on the 6-piece MyPillow towel set, the 100% Giza cotton dream sheets, the MyPillow bathrobes. Whatever special you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of it with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. You can also order over the phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E.
Alexa rocks. And now so do you.
How can I help you?
Just say, Alexa, play Oldies South Florida.
Okay, playing it now.
Now you've got the good
Wow.
Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Halloween is over, but Costume World is gearing up for the holidays and has you covered. Maybe you want to dress up as
Yeah,
Santa.
it'll be Rush.
Make sure they go to Costume World first. Perhaps you got some elves to dress.
Yeah.
Or you've decided to be the Grinch this holiday.
We're limited on the number of emojis, so we're maxed out now. We have to remove one to add a new one.
Halloween may be over, but there's always opportunities to dress up. And
Yes or no? Could we replace MTG with Rush? What do you think?
30th place, Pompano Beach.
This is Lori Kane. When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today.
Oh, that's nice, Mike. A gentleman from Palm Beach? Was that Mr. Trump himself?
4633. That's 954-922-4633.
All right. I don't know if Kathy's in the chat now.
Smarter than
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us after the top of the hour break. I want to tell everyone about our fence and gate repair experts at EET Services. They did a wonderful job repairing both Steve's fence and his gate. And I know they've done some great work for people in this listening audience already, even though they've just recently joined us at EET. You know, these fencing companies do not do repairs. I know they don't. I've been through it. You call them up and say, I need a repair. I got a little damp. We don't do repairs. Yeah, but we just put in new fences. But I just have a little area that's damp. We don't do repairs. We put in new fences and new gate. We don't do repair. It's insane. They got a brotherhood of fence companies that do this all over town. EET do repairs on both gates and fences. They work on all types of fencing and gates too. Iron, aluminum, chain link, PVC, wood, and any other type of material these things are made out of. Obviously, they do residential like they did with Steve and some of you in this audience, but they also do work on commercial fences and commercial gates. You know, like those big gates that are in communities that are gated, right? They work on those as well. That's right. They're family-owned and operated, licensed and insured. They do great work. I've seen it. What they did with Steve was amazing. And they will beat any competitor's price. They don't just do repairs. They'll put in new gates, new fences if that's what you need. And they will beat any competitor's price. That's amazing. And there's no minimum charge like the other companies have. No job is too small, and no job is too large for EET either. They give free estimates, so give them a call. 561-255-1170. 561-255-1170. 561-255-1170. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right. There's a bit of a mystery. I waited a day to talk about this because I wanted it fleshed out. I didn't want to get into this before there's a big mystery going on here with Joe Biden. You know this story about the cars? This is in Fox News I'm reading from. President Joe Biden's rented Secret Service vehicles burst into flames in a parking lot Monday, just one day after he left his Nantucket vacation. Biden spent Thanksgiving on the ritzy Massachusetts island with his family last week. The Secret Service rented 5 vehicles from Hertz to carry the president and his family. And all 5 of them caught fire in the parking lot, according to footage first obtained by the Nantucket Current. Footage shows firefighters spraying down the remains of one vehicle's engine block. The 5 vehicles included a Chevy Suburban, Ford Explorer, Infiniti QX80, a Ford Expedition, and a Jeep Gladiator. The vehicles were parked at the Nantucket Airport, and the blaze reportedly spread to just 40 feet away from the facility's jet fuel tanks. It is currently unknown what caused the fire. Fox News reached out to the White House for info. They did not respond. At approximately 5:22 a.m., airport staff observed an active fire in the rental car overflow area through the airport's closed-circuit television system. The airport said in a statement, staff activated the alert system and responded to the fire in airport number 3, where they were met by responding units from the Nantucket Fire Department and Nantucket Police Department. Combined fire resources responded and contained the fire. Several vehicles were damaged. I mean, you look at these. I mean, these vehicles are burned up, and burned up bad. What's going on here? What do you mean they don't know how the fire happened? All 5 of the vehicles? What happened here? You know, people commit arson on vehicles sometimes. You know why they do that? I'm not saying that is the case here, but it's very unusual for a car to catch fire just on its own in a parking lot. It's even more unusual for all 5 that one individual rented to burn. Why do people typically commit arson against cars, on cars? Do you know why? To cover something up, to burn up the evidence of something, fingerprints or something else. That's what it does, right? Burns up everything. You ever see a car fire? Oh man, I've seen car fires. Doesn't take long to burn, and there ain't much left. They burn fast, and that's it. And there's nothing left. Something's up here. I just don't think these cars burst into flames spontaneously. And the flame, you know, they weren't being driven. Most of the time when there's a car fire, the car is in use, not just parked. That's where I've seen car fires, on the streets. I've never seen a car, certainly not 5 of them, spontaneously combust while parked. The reason cars burn and catch on fire when they're in motion, when they're running, when they're in use, is because typically there's an oil leak. I saw a guy once at a light when I first started driving when I was in high school, and it was at night, and there was drops of flames coming out of the bottom of his engine. I rolled down my window. I said, "Your car's on fire." He's like, "You're kidding." No, I said, "I'm not." He didn't believe me, but he did get out at the light and look, and boom, it was on fire. I've seen some other car fires, always on the streets when a car has been in motion. I don't know of any instance of a car burning on its own spontaneously that wasn't arson of parked vehicles. Do you? Very strange, big mystery here. You know, they're all over Trump's business. It's not even the White House right now. There's so many scandals going on with Joe Biden. This mystery, which is a media blackout on, it's being reported more than the oppression in China right now. They brought tanks out. They're covering that up because China owns Biden and the whole Washington never-Trumper establishment. But there's another story about Biden that is one of the scummiest stories ever that I've heard about Joe Biden. And that's saying a lot because he's a scummy guy. And this is one of the scummiest stories ever about Joe Biden because it involves an innocent child. Do you know what I'm talking about? New York Post. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden hung Christmas stockings for 6 of their grandchildren at the White House, but did not include their son Hunter's illegitimate daughter. Illegitimate? What is this, 1942 or 1922? The decorated state, what do they mean, illegitimate daughter? There's nothing about Hunter that's legitimate, except maybe his kids. The decorated state dining room celebrated the gift of the family, the White House said. And the 6 stockings hanging over the fireplace were and they list all the grandchildren. It was celebrated on the Today Show. Hunter Biden's 3-year-old daughter, Navy Jones Roberts, who was born out of wedlock to a stripper. Oh, she's not good enough? She was good enough for Hunter to impregnate. Hunter Biden's 3-year-old daughter, Navy Jones Roberts, who was born out of wedlock to a stripper. By the way, her name is London. Was not included in the festive display. The family reportedly has not met the child. Hunter denied he was the father of Navy because he said he had no recollection of meeting the mother. Maybe he didn't recognize her because she was dressed when they said, "This is the lady." That's how little connection I had with anyone. I was a mess, but a mess I've taken responsibility for, Hunter wrote of his drug-fueled sex rampages in his memoir, Beautiful Things, in 2021. The first son, who's now married to a South African model and filmmaker, later took responsibility for fathering Navy following a DNA test. What kind of person is Joe Biden and Jill Biden that they won't put a stocking up for this kid who's being talked about all over the nation as being their grandchild? Because she's the daughter of a stripper? She doesn't get the stocking that everybody else gets? These are disgusting, low-life people. The Bidens. Who would do such a thing? Scumbags. That's who would do it. Totally scum, low-life people. Because this poor little child is hurt by this. Where's the news media on this? The Today Show. Oh, the Christmas at the White House. This is scummy Christmas at the White House. This is low-life Christmas at the White House. I want to hear your thoughts on this. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 1-888-465-2631. Can you imagine yourself as a young child? Your grandparents are famous and is Presidente de Estados Unidos, as they say in California. Yeah. And you don't get the Christmas stocking. You're left out. They don't they say you're illegitimate. Are you kidding me? And he settled with the mother for an undisclosed sum. They just paid her off. You're no child of mine. Could you imagine if President Trump and Melania did something like this? What would they say in the press? You know what they'd say. They'd say worse than what I'm saying about the Bidens right now. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes, there's the liberal response. Yes, the liberal response. All right, listen, no more calls. We don't have time for more calls until after the break. Steve will be joining us after the top. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. Callers on hold, stand by. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Don't forget, call Sloman's. Get yourself that free doorbell camera. It will change your life. You'll love it. It's so convenient. It obviously offers you security. It's hooked up to your security system. You can see who's there day and night in high definition. Everything is recorded at your door. Whenever there's movement, you get a notification. And there's many other benefits. It's wonderful. I love it. And you can get a doorbell camera from Sloman's for free. They'll tell you how when you call 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. Tell them you heard about them on the radio. Get yourself a free doorbell camera. It'll change your life, make you safe, make you secure. You'll love it. Back after this. 283-5050. Tell them you heard about them on the radio. Get yourself a free doorbell camera. Unreal. I want to hear you guys call me and tell me what you think about the Bidens. They're scum. They're scum. To do that to an innocent child. Steve Kane Show. Yes. Okay, you're not on yet. Hold on, I'll put you on hold, okay? Hold on.
On the Turnpike northbound, a little bit past Hollywood Boulevard. We have a crash there. Another one, 95 north at Broward Boulevard. Also 595 west at Nob Hill Road. Lanes closed, two of them because of a crash. And 95 south at the ramp to Broward Boulevard, crash there. Palm Beach County, watch your speed. 95 north at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard. There's a car on fire. And lanes closed there. 95 south, ramp to High Paluxo, crash. And 95 south at Okeechobee Boulevard. They have a crash there as well. This report brought to you by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Right now, you can save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com. That's a look at traffic.
Hey, let me know, because, I'm in Florida. We don't get snow here. Tell me yes or no in the chat. Has it snowed yet where you are? Yes or no? Have you seen snow this year? Or this season, I should say. We don't get snow here, thankfully. I'm curious. Only if you're in a place that gets snow. Yes, oh my goodness, look at all that snow. A lot of yeses. It snows in North Florida, like where Jacksonville is. But 15 inches of snow already? Where the hell are you?
Hey listener, welcome to Lago's Karaoke Room. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. The music never stops. Hit it. There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's done, but Lemu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Lemu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Get it off your chest.
Just call in 888-COCAINE-1. Hello, you'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show. Steve joining us now. During the break, you with us, Steve? During the break, I was asking everyone in our YouTube live chat room, because we have people around America and around the world who watch and listen on YouTube, and I asked a simple question, yes or no, have you seen snow where you are right now? And I was shocked at how many people, one person said they've had like 15 inches, and a lot of yeses for the snow. Well, let me tell you, MyPillow.com on the radio listener special page have one of the greatest deals they've ever had, and it's the greatest price they've ever had on the MyPillow sheets. You know, those 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets are hugely discounted right now with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. They make a great Christmas gift. If you get it for your spouse, you get the benefit of it, but whoever's on your gift-giving list, the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets are a perfect gift. Just $29.98 with our promo code Kane, Kane at checkout. My wife and I have 6 sets of these, 4 regular and 2 flannel. And the flannel sheets are great. We don't get to use them as much in Florida as I would like, a few weeks out of the year. But those flannel sheets come in different colors, sizes, patterns. Whatever mattress size there is, the Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, both flannel and regular, come in all mattress sizes, from twin all the way up to California King, Split King, and every size in between. And they make great Christmas gifts. And those of you listening to us where there's snow, you need these. You can also order by phone, toll-free, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, Kane. Callers on hold, stand by. The phones have been very, very busy today, and great calls. I don't know how long you've been listening, Steve, but very hot callers today. Yeah.
That I'd like to ask
the
person in our listening audience, are you scared yet?
Of what?
What?
What specifically? Inflation, the railroad strike? What are you scared of?
Well, it's interesting. You gave me an answer I didn't expect. I've been sitting listening to this, and everything I'm hearing is terrifying. If this were a horse race, I'm trying to remember what Fred Capicella, he called the races at Aqueduct in New York, where I misspent my youth.
Is that where you began your gambling addiction?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it's before that. But
you got your gambling addiction somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah, Fred Capicella on the roof, coming round the far turn, entering the home stretch. If this were a horse race, that's where we are now in the overall saga that is about to unfold with Donald Trump. It's only just begun.
You're scared of alligators?
And the world, as I see it,
The alligators
I've
leave you
been
alone.
terrified listening to this. You've got nothing but crazy, unstable people
Yep.
around. All of them armed with nuclear weapons. All of them trying desperately to. These are some of the greatest villains in the history of the world, some of them. And they're all desperately trying to cling to power, willing to do anything to maintain power. And everything is out of control. It's just really terrifying. And it hasn't begun yet. It's just beginning now. We're entering what is the final phase, which is going to be, of course, the campaign, the last 2 years, when this thing will find out what the end game is. But I think it's...
Well, I got something specific I want to ask you about here. Okay? Now, I had this story, which is, I believe, the scummiest story ever about Joe and Jill Biden. They have the one. Okay, they have one grandchild that they don't put a stocking up for because she's the product of Hunter hooking up with a stripper, and it just isn't good enough for Joe Biden and Jill Biden. By the way, Jill Biden, Caitlyn Jenner walks better in heels than you do. You have a lot of children. You've got 7 kids. You've got almost as many grandchildren as Mitt Romney. Not all of your kids have had children while married. Many of them have had children out of wedlock. When one of your grandchildren is born to one of your children who's not married, do you refuse to put a stocking up for children born out of wedlock at the Kane household like the Bidens do?
Of course not.
Well, that's what the Bidens did.
Well,
no stocking for you, kid.
Animals.
Yeah. What? You know, that one really.
The other side of it, if you want to just try to justify it, if you have a family like Joe Biden's family, you have to, in a son like Hunter, you have to draw the line somewhere.
Not with your grandkids. You cut him off. You don't put a stocking up for that crackhead.
Hold on. Listen to the rest of the story. If you got a son like Hunter, I'm talking about Joe now. If you got a son like Hunter, you have to draw the line somewhere because God knows how many women he's impregnated in his life that if they don't draw the line somewhere, they'd be...
Yeah, this is what you do. You take the stocking down for Hunter. He's got enough crack. He doesn't need a stocking for more. You know, you take these are let me tell you. I know this. You know, I'm a parent. You know, so I guess I relate a little bit. But Biden's a scummy man. This is the most low-life thing I've ever heard because he's hurting this innocent grandchild of his. And shame on Jill Biden. You know, Jill Biden is just as scummy as him. She just carries it better, and this is an example of it. You know, this is on Jill Biden. She should put that stocking up for that kid. Even after it's been reported, they won't do it because her mother's she was good enough for Hunter to impregnate, but she's not good enough for the child to get a stocking. What scum? There's only one opening on the board. Can we take some calls? One last question. Okay, did the United States beat the Islamic Republic of Iran in the World Cup yesterday? Then let me tell you something about the scummy media. This is a hard story to find. The media won't report it. Oh, they were reporting that they hate us yesterday. Now we beat Iran. We tied the Brits. We beat Iran. I'm not a soccer guy. Steve is.
Well, the knockout round, where it's sudden death.
Well, let me tell you. There's been 2 or 3 days of reporting about the U.S. versus Iran. We kicked their butts. We won, which was thought to be an impossibility. Right? These guys are facing death if they lose and we beat them. They got a big incentive. And there's very little media coverage. You have to go and look for it because the media hate America, they love Iran, and they don't want to publicize that Team USA over there is breaking American soccer records. This isn't the Women's World Cup. This is the real deal. All right, let's go to the... I think it should be a front headline story that we beat Iran yesterday.
Just to tell you, in the wonderful world of soccer, the U.S. has had the #1 team in women's soccer forever.
Yeah, but these are the guys. I mean, and this is unheard of. And let me tell you, if the USA would have lost to Iran yesterday, this media that's all educated at Harvard, Yale, and Columbia, you know, they love Iran. That would be the headline story. Iran beats America. We win. You have to seek the story out.
With what's going on internationally with the...
Oh, I'm sorry I brought up soccer. Okay, because I bring up soccer, Steve the whole show will be soccer. Oh.
Expanding beyond soccer.
Oh, okay, good.
When you take it into the real world and you see the people desperate for freedom over there in China, trying to demonstrate,
Oh, they're covering that up too.
Yeah.
They're covering that story up too. They sent the tanks into a city to run people. Listen, there's only one opening on the board, and I want to hear, I know we brought up a lot of great stuff today. I want to hear from grandparents and parents and give your thoughts on the Bidens refusing to put a stocking up for a grandchild that's not good enough for them. You're on the air. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Maria from Texas.
Hey.
Hey, Maria.
Hey, good morning, Steve and Brian. You're forgetting that they did this last year. This is not the first year that they omit the...
Oh, I know. But it was kind of reported late last year, and they didn't correct it, and they did it again. And these are, I mean, what type of grandparent does that, in your opinion?
It's despicable.
A despicable grandparent. A despicable low-life grandparent, yeah.
That's what they are. They're a bunch of lowlife.
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
They're hurting a child. They're hurting a little child, a girl.
You know, I just hope that the child is growing up healthy and happy with the family that she does know. And it's probably a blessing for her to be on the outside.
No, she deserves some of that Burisma money and some of that China money, too. No, they paid her off out of court, undisclosed sum. Hey, listen, we got to run for our break, all right? Callers on hold, stand by. There's only one opening on the board. Phone's on fire today. Steve's here. I'm Brian. Back after this break. Out of court, undisclosed sum. Hey, listen, we got to run for our break, all right? Callers on hold, stand by. There's only one opening on the board. Phone's on fire today. Steve's here. I'm Brian. Back after this break.
The Steve Kane Show, telling it like it is. Whether you
Be right back, guys.
At the same
Bruce Wayne, $5 super chat. Thank you. Best MAGA show on earth. Thank you, Bruce. Everyone, please thank Bruce for that super chat.
Thank you.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salon Plus pain relieving patches. The proven medicine.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, and everyone, please like the video. When you all like the video, that helps me out so much. It really does, because it tells YouTube to recommend this video to people that have not yet discovered my channel and my content. This thing with the kid really pisses me off. Pisses me off. I wouldn't even go there for Christmas if those were my parents and they pulled some act like that. Oh, another $5 super chat from Bruce. Best MAGA family on earth, too. Well, thank you. Please thank Bruce for that. That just pisses me off. In one word, describe the Bidens as grandparents not putting the stocking up for the grandchild that's not good enough for them. In one word, describe the Bidens as grandparents. Just one word. Trash. That's a good word. Cruel, evil, heartless, scum. I think this is the scummiest thing they ever done. Yeah, you heard a little child, innocent child? Pathetic.
Grab your coffee and get ready to be triggered with Brian Craig.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Oh, man.
Provide us some good material for the last hour. There's a little bit inside baseball, but I think you and the Steve Kane, Brian Craig audience are ready.
Here comes the soccer.
To more sophisticated. Now, this is not soccer.
Okay.
This is talk radio technique. You'll hear me frequently when I talk to Brian on the air use the term hook. Brian has heard that word so many times in his decades of training with me that he rolls his eyes when he hears it. But there are two things. So I'm going to use the example of what's going on this morning. The 5 limousines that burned up.
Spontaneously while parked.
Spontaneously.
Give me a break.
In talk radio terms, in terms of teaching talk radio, or what if I was talking to you, if I'm talking to Brian off the air, the event is the burning of the limousine.
5 of them.
Is the question that I throw out after I describe the event to make an interesting show out of it. For example, the event here is the burning of the cars. The hook is what are the possibilities of what could it be? What scenario is that part of that? You understand?
Yeah. What now again, remember these cars were parked and not running.
Cars, by the way?
No, they're not electric cars. The Secret Service does not use electric cars. They're not dependable enough. They use old-fashioned gasoline cars. Yeah, listen, there's only one.
What are the imaginary? What are the scenarios?
Sounds like you breathed in some smoke there. Yeah, I mean, by the way, there's only one opening on the board, but I'll just say this before we go to the calls. Typically, like I was talking the last hour, I've seen many car fires in my life, always on cars that were in use, usually on the side of the road in motion. It's usually what causes, it's not gas that causes car fires, usually. It's an oil leak, usually causes a gas fire. Gas fires ignite from sparks. It's usually an oil leak that causes a car to burn, So when a car is not in motion and is parked with a cold engine, sounds like arson. And usually people commit arson against vehicles to cover up evidence inside of them. And all 5 cars used by the Bidens over Thanksgiving spontaneously while parked burst into flames Arson. It's not why my first arson.
Yeah, but I mean, what are they covering up?
Something that Hunter or his sister left in the car. They leave things around all the time, like diaries and laptops. Yeah. Well, let's go to the phones. That story about the grandkid really upsets me. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian, Steve. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Just as appalled as you are about how Joe Biden and Jill Biden are treating this child, but this is my prediction. Somewhere down the line, it'll be advantageous to the Biden family to use this child, and then they will reach out to her, and all of a sudden she'll be part of the family. That's my prediction.
See, these are the reason that they don't put the stocking up is they made an out-of-court settlement with the mother to go away. The Bidens are greedy people. All the money they have is through political corruption and selling our country out. And they're greedy people. They're greedy people. And they don't want to have to share with this grandchild any of their stolen money. That's it.
Think about how absolutely heartless you have to be to do that to a child who has nothing to do with anything.
Listen, they got a son. They got a son who has every addiction known to man, Hunter, and they give him the worst thing you can give an addict, money, and they give him millions of dollars. I mean, look at him. His teeth have rotted out of his head. He looks like hell. I've seen homeless people that look better than Hunter. Yeah. So look how they treat their children. Ashley Biden, who left the diary in the rehab as a cry out for help, look at how they've raised their children, and Jill Biden is who's responsible for the stocking. I mean that's outrageous.
I wouldn't spit on Joe Biden.
All right, yeah. We got. Nobody heard that but me and Andrea. No. We got to wait for the delay to rebuild before we take more calls. While we're waiting for the delay to rebuild, before we take more calls, let's talk. No, that's not the idea. That was not the idea. While we're waiting for the delay to build back up so we can take more calls, let's tell people about Anne Marie's in Pompano. Now, you were just over there and you loaded up your freezer with takeout.
The greatest pizza in the world from Anne Marie.
Anne Marie's has incredible pizza, and I when we first started talking about Anne Marie's, we did not have pizza when we went over there the first time. And then I went back a few days later and did takeout, and I got the pizza. This is not your average everyday pizza. Everything's homemade over there, including the sauces and the crust. And it is, I've had many of their pizzas. They are out of this world, delicious, great, unique. Ask them about their specialty crust. The ingredients they use on their pizzas are top ingredients. And they have, oh yeah.
Done with extra.
Oh yeah.
That I always, just a little tip, I always order when I get the all meat pizza. Is that what the meat lovers pizza they call it? And as much pizza, as much cheese and meat as it comes with, I order extra on both.
Yeah.
Really, I call, I'm salivating here, I glop it up. And I gotta tell you, heat that thing up, and it is just like, it is the greatest pizza you will ever eat.
There's no doubt. And and there is a secret pizza menu. I call it a secret pizza menu because if you're not really looking for it, you'll miss it. Anne Marie's has a secret pizza menu. It's on the back of their lunch specials menu. So when you go to Anne Marie's, ask them for the lunch specials menu and then flip it over. And they have what's called Big Jerry's Crazy New York Craft Pies. Now, for those of you that don't know, pie is pizza in Italian, okay? And they have these specialty pizzas like you've never experienced before. And my favorite is the Steak Deluxe Pizza. Listen to this. This is a pizza. The Steak Deluxe Pizza, ribeye steak, onions, peppers, light mozzarella, provolone with a garlic oil base. They have many other specialty pizzas, including the lobster and shrimp pizza and many others. And that steak pizza is out of this world. So ask them for the lunch specials menu. Flip it over. Even if you're there for dinner, ask for the lunch specials menu. They'll give it to you. Flip it over, and you'll see the secret menu of the specialty pizzas. Anne Marie's is located on the northwest corner of Copans Road and US 1 Federal Highway in Pompano, in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. The delay is built back up. Callers on hold, stand by. We have just a minute until the break, so we don't have enough time to take calls, but we have a lot more to discuss when we get back, and we'll also take your calls. I want to hear from some grandparents out there about this treatment of the grandchild by the Bidens. And Jill Biden is a grandmother. I've never heard of a grandmother doing something so lowlife as this. I want to hear your thoughts on that. Under 5, I believe. I'm not sure. I got to check. It doesn't matter. I don't care if the kid's 18. It's a girl named Navy. Yeah. Yeah, the Navy. He was thrown out of the Navy for cocaine. He tested positive for cocaine. Yeah, he was in the Navy for about 3 hours. Yeah. Yep, that... All right, back after this. Tested positive for cocaine. Yeah, he was in the Navy for about 3 hours.
Well, it's only reasonable to name under those circumstances that you would name your child Navy.
All right, back after this. Steve Kane Show. Hey, hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know how old the child is. I'm going to look.
Here's the True Oldies weather forecast. Good
3. 3. 3. 3 years old. Wow.
95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies.
Wow.
Traffic check.
Unbelievable.
There's a crash on 95 northbound at Sterling Road, 595 eastbound at Hiatus Road, another crash here, and in Palm Beach County, 95 southbound at Linton Boulevard. The left shoulder is blocked off with a crash here, and you'll find a
Heartless.
vehicle 95 south at High Paluxo.
Yeah.
Another crash, Atlantic Avenue at Legends Way. This report is brought to you by Dell Technologies. Dell's Cyber Monday sale. It starts now.
I don't know. Let me see here.
Select XPs and Alienware PCs powered by
No. Doesn't even have the Biden name. Wouldn't even give the child the name. Unreal. Navy Jones Roberts.
Dentists, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today.
Yep, Navy. Navy Jones Roberts, 3-year-old.
954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
Seniors, Medicare open enrollment is coming. I Will Advisors has all the education you need to make an informed decision about your plan for you and your family. I Will Advisors specializes in every aspect of Medicare.
Wow.
What options are most likely to help?
That's insane.
And that way you can get a plan that fits your lifestyle and needs at an affordable rate. Call Debbie at 954-75.
Hey, guys in the chat, if you have found the show here on YouTube in the last 2 months, if you found this show in the last 2 months, how'd you find this YouTube channel? Just in the last 2 months. I'm just curious. YouTube recommendations, a friend, just in the last 2 months, not everybody else. Unreal. Yeah, maybe we should do that. YouTube recommendations. Zoidatron, that's great. Well, welcome Zoidatron to the channel. Well, that helps. That's why when I ask people to like the video, it helps get those YouTube recommendations. Scanning the radios. Oh, you found Scanning the Radio. Awesome. Well, welcome.
And stay tuned to South Florida's True Oldie stations. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Must be 18 for poker or racing. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-MINUTE.
The Steve Kane 2020.
That's why I ask people to like the video so we get in those YouTube recommendations for people. Wookiees recommended you, LS. Awesome. Thank you, Wookiees.
In the British Virgin Islands, and then St. Kitts, with exclusive events just for our group. Fine dining together every night, cocktail parties, shore excursions, onboard activities, and a whole lot more. On the line is Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Ian, why should listeners book right now?
Just went to lives and saw it. So that's YouTube recommendations for Susan. Went to the live. Sandy found it.
Now and lock in your cabin. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Join us as we celebrate our president.
Black Conservative Patriot. Wow. They recommended me Black Conservative Patriot, or I came up in their recommendations on YouTube.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant.
I know Black Conservative Patriot. They're pretty good.
Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade. Nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus.
Oh, YouTube recommendations. See all these YouTube recommendations, guys? That's why I ask you to like all my videos, because it gets us in the YouTube recommendations. That's why the liking the video is what makes that happen. So please like the video, and all of them. Every time you watch, like the video.
In the name of our Lord and Savior, Moments of Scripture, every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need
the COVID test. Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab test now of Coral Springs, on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall. Open Monday through Saturday. No appointment necessary.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporte.
More YouTube recommendations. See all these YouTube recommendations? See, that's... Yeah, so please like the videos.
Call licensed contractor Tom Laporte for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right. We are back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. I found out the grandchild that the Bidens will not put a stocking up for is 3 years old, Steve. 3 years old. You know, I don't know this. I'm getting a little emotional over this because it's just so low life, and I love kids, being a parent. Maybe what we should do as MAGA Americans, maybe we should all put a stocking up for Navy in our homes this year, since the Bidens won't do it. 2 years in a row, and it's been reported they won't do it. Kid doesn't even have Biden's last name. Wouldn't even give the child the name. Steve, that's a key to a lot of success in life. You got a celebrity name like that, even if it's, you know, in some circles. Yeah. Now, this is just... Okay, now I wanted to share something I did at the top at 6, because this is really important, and it's important to me and a lot of people. What they're doing to Donald Trump right now, these lowlives in the Republican establishment, Mitch McConnell in particular, is really scummy. Mitch McConnell had a press conference yesterday where he attacked President Trump, and I want to share this with you. I did this at 6, but I want to do this again. This is McConnell talking about this Kanye West visit to the White House.
First, let me just say that there is no room in the Republican Party for anti-Semitism or white supremacy. And anyone meeting with people advocating that point of view, in my judgment, are highly unlikely to ever be elected president of the United States.
Okay, that's Mitch McConnell. He honored a racist and all of this stuff. Well, I pulled something up because I wanted to do this, and this is, I mean, McConnell's really a scummy guy. Strom Thurmond. I got this clip of Strom Thurmond. He was a Republican. He was also a Democrat, but he was a Republican member of the Senate. And he made this comment in 1948. And then television came in and he stopped talking this way. And the audio's not the greatest, but I'm going to play it anyway, and then I'm going to read you what he said. I had to add a bleep where Strom Thurmond used the N-word. Listen.
There's not enough troops in the army to force the Southern people to break down segregation and admit into our theaters, into our swimming pools, into our homes, and into our churches.
Okay, so that's Strom Thurmond, and what he says in that clip is this. Because the audio is so bad from 1948, I pulled up the text so I could read you what he said. In that clip, what he said was this. I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that there's not enough troops in the Army to force the Southern people to break down segregation and admit the N-word race, I bleeped it out there even though it was not audible, into our theaters, into our swimming pools, into our homes, and into our churches. Strom Thurmond said blacks, using the N-word, not enough soldiers to allow them in our theaters, swimming pools, homes, or churches. Well, I found a clip of Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell said you can't associate with such people. I found a clip of Mitch McConnell talking about Strom Thurmond. This clip is a couple of decades old. He had Mitch McConnell in this video, where I pulled this audio from, had only one chin and a neck. That's how long ago it was. And this is him talking about Strom Thurmond, who said there's not enough soldiers to force blacks into our homes, theaters, swimming pools, or churches. This is Mitch McConnell. He said that yesterday about Trump. Listen.
I literally cannot remember life without Strom Thurmond. I remember the excitement, having been a son of the Deep South, when Senator Thurmond decided to become a Republican.
Wow. So he's honored and googly-eyed that he spent time around Strom Thurmond. So is there room in the party for you? And then I found this. This is Biden eulogizing Strom Thurmond at his funeral.
Strom Thurmond was also a brave man who, in the end, made his choice and moved to the good side. We became good friends. I'm not sure exactly why or how it happened, Nancy.
Okay, Nancy's the wife. So, little hypocrisy there. Don't look for the mainstream media to share what I just shared with you. They're not going to do it because they are united against Trump. Mitch McConnell, he's not as scummy as the Bidens because the grandkid thing, but what a dishonest lowlife he is. You know, listen, once a segregate, when you're a racist like Strom Thurmond, that doesn't just go away.
Pain that's upcoming boils down to in the end, and that is there's going to be tremendous excesses committed against Trump, and it just depends whether Americans can see the unfairness of it and whether there is a rebellion against it. Because that's what it's going to take. I mean, people are going to have to get disgusted, see what's going on, and just saying they're not going to stand for it.
Well,
outrageous. I mean, there's no getting around.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Let's take a call or two. Some of these guys have been holding on for a while. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
John Okochuk.
Hey, John.
Let me say this about the illegitimate child. If you just Melania.
Don't use that term. I don't like that term. There are no, there were.
Yeah, that's a really scummy thing to say. I know you don't mean it, John. I know you don't mean it.
I don't mean
Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought.
I know, but you always do that. It's aggravating.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Sorry about that.
When Melania would go overseas with President Trump, she'd always visit either the children's hospital or the orphanage.
Yeah, and speak to them in their native language too, because she speaks 5 languages, Melania.
Yes, she could, but she goes there with no fanfare, no cameras, no publicity, to be with the kids, to let the kids meet her.
What do you think about the Bidens not putting the stocking up, John, for a grandchild because the mother was a stripper?
That's sick.
Sick.
Those people, and that's not right.
No, sick. That's a good word, sick. Yeah. You're on the air. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm calling because Steve's on the air.
Wow.
Did you talk about soccer?
Yeah.
We're number 16 in the world, and we beat Iran, which is lower ranked.
See what I'm talking about? Here we got, this is, did you hear what he says? He's rooting for Iran to beat America.
I'm not
Go ahead.
for Iran. What are you nuts?
What's your point, sir? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, this is Liberal Al, Steve.
Yeah. My point, he knows who it is. My point is, we're going to be playing the Netherlands next. If we beat Netherlands, then we should get excited.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
My soccer expert. We've already played Netherlands and beat them not in this tournament.
So you can be excited for America now.
Yes.
Yeah. So now you.
What's your point?
Steve, that's who we face next, is the Netherlands.
I understand that, but we've already beaten them in a...
Wow. Wow.
You didn't know that, did you?
I did. I follow soccer. I do follow it. Not as closely as basketball or American.
But not enough to know that we've already beaten Iran.
In the Netherlands.
Excuse me.
You know, slow down for Al. Slow down for a second here, okay? You okay, Steve? You okay? Sounds like you inhaled some of that smoke from those cars that burned. Listen, did you hear what this guy just said? Please don't comment until I'm done, Al. I'm leaving you on hold. I'm talking to the audience, not you. Listen, did you guys in the audience hear what this low-life liberal just said? yeah, Steve, USA, we won a game, but there's still a chance that we could lose. And then, the excitement that there's a chance for America to lose is why this idiot called up. And you heard the smile in his voice when he said it. What is wrong with you, Al? What is wrong with you?
It's very simple. He relates to the losing. He's a loser.
Oh, he's a loser. He relates to losers. He likes. Let me try to regain your decency in the audience, okay? Or I don't know, regain. Can't redeem what you gain with your. Give me your thoughts on that. Now, let's find out how decent of a person you are or are not. Give us your opinion on Joe and Joe Biden refusing to put a stocking up for their grandchild, but have them up for the other ones.
Fake news.
No, it's real. It was on the Today Show. NBC News. It's real news. Okay, well, if you found out it was real news, what would your opinion be, since you want to be in denial while you're rooting for America to lose the World Cup?
My crazy...
You're good. I didn't ask you about your niece or you. The Bidens did not put a stocking up for one of their grandchildren. What is your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I don't find that.
You don't have thoughts? Okay, I'll agree with that. You have no thoughts. But America might lose. Oh my goodness. All right, listen. It's time for the Gold Report. What a rough show today is. We'll be back. America might lose.
Brain to have thoughts.
Oh my goodness. All right, listen. It's time for the Gold Report. What a rough show today is. We'll be back.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, and each morning at this time, we check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how are the metals looking today?
Good, Brian. After yesterday's close, gold up $8.70 yesterday, closing at $17.49.80. Silver closed up 31 cents at $21.23 the ounce, while platinum was up $10 at $1,000, and palladium closed up down $13 at $17.52. The rally continues this morning as gold is up $10.20 at $1,760. Silver up a whopping 63 cents at $21.85 the ounce, and platinum up $31 at $1,031. And palladium up $86 at $1,838 the ounce. So the market's looking very firm, and we played back and forth from 1740 to 1760, and a close above 1760 today could be very bullish.
That's looking good. Now, there's two things I want to ask you about. You know, we often talk about gold, silver, and platinum coins and bars and exciting things, but when you give the gold report, you always give the palladium price as well. You actually have, there are coins and things that people can invest in with palladium, right?
Yes, there is. There's coins and bars, and we don't do a lot with the palladium market because of the volatility. So we shied away from it for most of our clients because it takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to watch something go up and down $100 at a time, and sometimes even more than that. But it is a very important metal in demand for catalytic converters and stuff.
Yeah. So that's available. But can you tell people who cannot make it into your shop, maybe they're in another part of town, they don't drive, they can't make it in, or maybe they're out of town or out of state or even out of the United States, how can they do business with you?
Yes, absolutely. Just call us on our toll-free number at 800-327-5010, and you can lock in the price and wire the money, and the coins or bars go out immediately. It's very easy, and in most cases, we pay all the shipping.
Yeah, and it's a great deal. And if you have any questions, you can always call William Youngerman's. They open up at 10 a.m., and they'll answer all of your questions. The number 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, online at williamyoungerman.com. Or stop right in. And if you can't stop in, you should. It's a great experience, and you'll see a lot of cool things there. Right here in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, we'll touch base tomorrow. All right, back after this.
1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show. Call us on hold, stand by. Did you hear that clip I played of the black racist earlier, Steve? Oh, For those that weren't listening earlier, let me play this. This is something. This is a young African-American girl in her 20s, posted this video this week on TikTok.
Controversial opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. Ask for explicit permission from everyone. Because just because you're comfortable with them doesn't mean that everybody's comfortable with them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person. Don't give them that card to use against other people. Please don't do that.
Wow. So if they agree to allow your token white friend to come over, make them feel bad about it and batter them. I don't know what white shenanigans are. If anyone has any idea what, I'm serious. She says white shenanigans. What would that be? What do you? I don't even have a guess on. What are white shenanigans, Steve? What is? You know, one thing about getting older, sometimes you really get to see with the passage of time what's going on, and this out-of-the-closet, open racism like this is insane to me. And what's frightening to me about it is not that she said it, it's that it's socially acceptable in liberal African-American circles. Yeah, she put a video of herself online talking that way. It's socially acceptable in so many areas of our country. That's what's frightening to me. Yeah, all right, anyway, our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Joe from New Jersey.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good to hear you both. As far as the Biden's grandchild, I think we need to do something for that kid. We need to unite as MAGA and do something to turn this into something good, because it's evil that they're ignoring this child and denying her.
Well, there's not a lot we can do, but I mean, I have a suggestion. Other than make sure to let everyone know about it. Put up a stocking for Navy at your house with your other stockings. Take a photograph of it and post it to Twitter and Facebook and tag the White House and tag Biden and let people know that we are honoring. To do that to a 3-year-old little child, it's sick, you know. And even if that child was 30 years old, it would be that does lifetime damage to a child.
A while ago, some congressman was helping out AOC's grandmother in Puerto Rico because she wouldn't.
Yes.
We should help this child, and you have a great idea with this document.
And I'm serious. If we could get a thing going like the Ice Bucket Challenge, if people took a picture of a stocking up at their home for Navy and put it on Twitter and tagged Biden, tagged the White House, and anybody else you want in the media, that might do something. You know, a child who's treated like this is very likely, this child's already got problems, right? Their mother is a stripper and their father is Hunter. And you do this, the chances of that child turning out without serious problems in their very young adulthood and teenage years are slim to none.
Well, guys, God bless you. Thank you for your time.
Well, it's nice to talk to someone named Al who's not a lowlife like the last guy. That's nice, yeah. You know, and I will say, you know, the thing about the World Cup, the United States women's team did very well like 20, 25 years ago, right? With that one girl that they had, you know, and all that. But for the men's team, but for the men's team to compete at this level, you know, the women's soccer, you know, the women's soccer team this last year with that Megan Rapone, whatever, they lost to middle school boys. Did you see that? It's true. It's not fake news. But for the men to be performing at this level, to beat Iran, to beat the Netherlands, is historic in U.S. soccer history. And that call from liberal Al the John is a textbook example of the left. He was desperately trying to... I was talking, you know, Steve knows I'm not into soccer, but we're winning, so I'm into it now, because we you know. And And Liberal Al, as a Democrat, calls in. He heard our excitement at U.S. victory here, and he's like, yeah, but there's a chance we could lose here. There's a chance America could lose there. And what I said to you in the last segment, Steve, I saw a lot of coverage over the last 3 days of the upcoming USA-Iran game. You know, the United States and Iran, we have a, you know, we don't get along since 1979 when they took our embassy and our 50 American hostages, okay? We've got, you know, plus Iran is the Yeah, they are, and yeah, but this is like a rivalry. This is like the Bloods and the Crips, right? This is like the Hatfield and McCoys. China is our biggest real enemy, but so far as PR wise, Iran and the United States, we hate each other like the plague, right? Although liberals love plagues these days, but you know what I mean. But for us to, they had this whole build-up, the media, U.S. versus Iran, expecting us to lose. We won, and it's barely in the news. I had to go seek it out today, and it wasn't the headlines anywhere. I found it on sports pages. That should be the lead headline on all the newscasts. I didn't lead with it because I was waiting for Steve. Bruce, $20 super sticker. Thank you. Please thank us. No, Steve. These couple wins we have are newsworthy. This is Team USA. This is our men's team, and we beat a country whose teammates are facing death to lose to America, and we beat them. And the media are covering it up because the media. If Iran would have beat us 1-0, that'd be the banner headline. Well, we lost to Iran. They'd be all excited. You know, the liberals and the media love Iran. They're the number one funder of terrorism, and they're the backers of Hamas and everything else. And no. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Sandra from Delray.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sandra. I just want to mention that. Hi there. I just want to mention that maybe the media is being kind because those players from Iran did not honor their when their national anthem was being said, being played. They did not honor it. So I really feel so bad for them when they go back to.
Oh, it's horrible. Did you see that there was a picture where they did a shot of the whole team? I think it was just they were getting ready to sing the national anthems or whatever. And if you looked at the faces of the Iranian players, they were like, it was scary. I mean, they were terrified.
It reminds me of the Iraqi Olympic team back when Saddam Hussein, remember they would torture the Olympians if they didn't win? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I felt so bad for the Iranian players.
Exactly. That's why I'm glad, in a way, that they're not making.
Now, let me ask you about this. What's going on in China now is worse than Tiananmen Square. And they sent tanks into cities now in China to kill protesters. And Tiananmen Square was what year? Does anyone remember? Late 80s. I can't remember the exact year. But there was film footage and still pictures constantly on television all day and all night during that. I remember it. My uncle was a college professor who was in Beijing when it happened. And he was there. And so I was following it. But it was all over the news. Great photographs, the guy in front of the tanks and all that stuff. The media aren't covering it. No one's talking about it because our country has been taken over by China. Biden, McConnell, they're owned by China. The entire California delegation owned by China. So they are, and the media, they are covering this up. And this is it.
What happens when it comes time to make conflicts political?
Well, I'm talking about the tanks in China. In China, this story, and I've seen. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's not only the politicians. I think all of big corporations.
They're owned by China.
Business in China.
I want you to think about this. Apple this week. Think about this. Apple this week is threatening to pull Twitter off of Apple because Elon owns it. They got China where they make all their phones and computers and iPads, running people over with tanks right now. I don't hear them talking about canceling China. They're upset at Elon Musk, Tim Cook, the head of Apple. I mean, what is going on here?
When Trump was was president. That's why everyone, he was shutting China down.
What Trump did, I've been talking about this for years, and if I had Trump here, I would talk to him about this. If we're, you know, our new studios are right down the street from Mar-a-Lago, and there's always an open mic for you, Mr. President. You don't even need to tell us in advance. But I think what Trump did that really turned them against him forever is when he equalized the import-export taxes between the United States and China. Those were out of whack on purpose. Our politicians sold us out. We import into China, they have 50%. Here, it's 50 cents, you know? And he equalized the import-export taxes, and that's when they went after Trump, because it's all about China. And, you know, that's right. We've been conquered by China, caller. We've been conquered. I mean, it's not fun to say, but it's true.
We won the soccer game.
Well, hey, let's not lose our priorities. Hey, thanks for the call. One more call. Good morning, you're on the air. Bruce, $50 super chat. Please,
hey, good morning.
Thank
Jim
you.
From New York. So real quickly,
please start stocking for the baby.
Yeah. So good morning, Steve. The reason why the legacy media is not covering that is you're right. They're beholden to China, and they are nothing but mouthpieces for the Uniparty, which, you know, to coin your phrase. Now, that's why they're not covering China. On the other hand, Steve, no disrespect, the reason why they're not covering the USA soccer, who I'm rooting for, unlike Al, the jerk, is because soccer's not really big in the United States.
It is when we're winning. It is when we're winning. When we won. We won a game. We won 2 games that were like 3. We beat England.
That was.
Oh, England was a draw, right? England was a draw. Then we beat the Netherlands. We beat Iran. We're winning, and they don't report it because they only report when America's losing. They're haters. If Iran beat us yesterday, that'd be the headline. Jim, come on.
I got news for you. They'd certainly be, if the guys were kneeling at our national anthem, they'd be airing it and proud to do it because they do hate America.
You know they put the rainbow flag on our Olympic team uniforms? The gay flag?
Oh, sorry.
I'm serious, but we're out of time, Steve. We're out of time. Jim, thanks for the call. Yeah, we're out of time. Yeah, I know. Callers on hold. I'm sorry we didn't get to you, but we'll be back tomorrow. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve is here. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. And God bless Navy. And get Navy a Christmas stocking. Tomorrow. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve is here. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump, and God bless Navy. Give Navy a Christmas stocking. Bruce, thank you so much for those super chats. All right, guys, I got to run and take off. Thanks for watching. Again, please like the video. You saw when I asked people that just recently found the channel, almost every one of them said YouTube recommendations. There was a Wookiees recommendation, so Wookiees recommendations are welcome too. But most were YouTube recommendations. Those YouTube recommendations come from you liking the video. And so please, that does me a great favor. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.